Wednesday. I was like traveling. Oh, good. The first thing on my audio is me apologizing to my wife. Hello, welcome everyone. Blue Box.
You're wild.
Thank you.
Does that feel good?
That does. Thank you.
Of course.
We're all back, except for Thomas. Hello, friends.
Hello, lovelies.
We are here. It's our 1 year.
Oh, thank you for the Kai Hawkeye. Your new stuff looks amazing. I'm gonna order one of those DM screens from you.
Shoot.
Those are so
this-
cool.
Are they making DM screens?
Is this good?
Yeah,
Yes.
Kai Hawkeye
Okay.
is making some new ones, Robert, and they're awesome. I'll show them to you afterwards.
Perfect. Wonderful. Pulling it up on my phone now.
All right, let's make a mutual pact. If anyone has food on their face, we let each other know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great
Understood.
pact. To be fair, I can't see, so if you do, one of us is blind, so it's
Fully
fine.
blind, but all of them.
Like literally, how much can you see?
I'm at -4.
What is
And one has
okay,
a
so-
stigmatism.
without glasses?
Without glasses.
Oh.
And one has a
Contacts aren't
stigmatism.
making things
So-
actively
No.
worse.
Wait, so which eye? The right eye?
Oh god, I have to remember.
Okay, so the reason I'm
Yes.
at my right eye was -4, or it's called a -400 with astigmatism.
Same.
Before I had LASIK. Yes, I had LASIK and that fixed it.
I'm
This
thinking
one
about
was a
getting LASIK.
-200. Now it's like was like 2010. Now I think it's back to 20.
Yeah, this one I believe is like -4 with astigmatism, and I think this one's like -3.25 or something.
Okay, so we were the same on the right. Your left is a little worse than
Yeah.
mine was. Hello, everyone. Yes, you
yeah, I'm
tuned
seeing
in today
dominantly
for the
out of this.
optometry lesson.
That I'm wearing glasses. And
Right?
I'm trying
You just want to like
adjust them
scoot them up.
on my face, and I was like, they're not there.
Just keep trying, you'll find them.
I'll get there. We'll figure it out.
If you want prop glasses, you can use mine.
Those are
have
prop
my-
glasses?
Well,
Pretty
for
sure those are
Mila
your
right
real
now.
glasses.
For Mila, they're props.
I have mine, just in case
She
I
ever
need
needs
Your
them.
them.
cosplay looks amazing, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Although I must, like, you're leveling up every week. Like,
It's
seriously,
yeah.
like, you're
so
serious.
good.
I do like
Yeah.
your new jacket, though.
Thank
That
you.
jacket
Yeah,
is.
that is nice. Where'd you get that?
My wife's
you, Jeff.
dad got it for her 2 days ago.
Nice. That's sick.
And it turns out it's perfect.
It's a perfect
also,
jacket.
So it's my
stop by
jacket
the
now.
thrift
The next
store to
time
see
we
if
do
there was
this-
anything else for Mila, and I didn't find anything.
Couldn't find
the
it.
next time we do this, I'll have
Next time.
actual bona fide
The effort was
armor.
made.
I thought that it came in time. Didn't you
No,
say
it
it was?
didn't. It'll be here soon, though. No, maybe. No, it's this company called Foxes and Ravens, and they make a lot of really cool stuff. But they do it like they open their like portal at the start of the
this is
month,
gonna be interesting.
and then it gets to you by the end of the month.
Okay,
and they reopen.
we're going live on video in 3, 2, and 1. We're changing the music to a little more up-tempo and friendly. Hello, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Tears of Aihrde, episode
hi.
34?
33.
3. That's 33.
2.
32.
33. No, it's 33, isn't it?
It's session 33.
It's
episode
32.
32.
It's 32.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
are you
keep
getting
saying I'm gonna
confused
write
now
this
about
down.
What's real, John?
And
I
I'm
have
gonna,
it written
I'm gonna
down.
get it right one of these days. 32. But what I do know, it is
other
our
way around.
1 year
Wow.
anniversary.
Huzzah.
We've been playing this game for 1 year.
That's
Thanks everyone for joining us.
crazy
This camera got
stuff.
moved somehow.
Oh, no.
My fault. No one else's. Let me fix that.
I have too many things, and I don't know where to put any of
What are you doing? You're fighting me.
So
Wait, hold on.
30.
Let me hit that
Two.
back.
Cheers.
1 second. I will get
Oh,
this.
Aihrde.
There we go.
Good?
Yep.
Great. Oh, I need to get my phone out. Get
And
Twitch
look at
chat up.
this, Cameron. I have a stain.
Look
You
at
have
you!
a
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's taken a year.
We are cosplaying. We already have
Hey,
a
don't
hype
be
train
mean.
in the works.
Don't be mean.
Everybody listen to how the audio sounds. Make sure everything's
Thank you,
synced.
Kyle.
We're already
If
almost
anything's-
at a hype train.
Yes, I know. It's crazy. So today, oh, thank you so much, Sergeant Tobeck. Let's go.
That's my boy.
I know. I
love you.
So as we
That's how Disney was.
Good, thank you, Patrick. Let us know if anybody is off the mark in terms of audio. But we're gonna go around. We'll talk about the cosplay, what happened last time. But before that, guys, it's been a year.
1 year.
It's a year.
insane.
I remember when I first reached
Yeah.
out to you guys, and
remember our first
it was
conversation.
incredible, and I never knew what it would grow into. So let's take like 5 or 10 minutes and just talk about your favorite moments inside
Our goodness.
Tears of
favorite
Aihrde.
moments?
Now, if you're Manda, if you're Mystical Unicorn, this is going to be boring because you know every single thing that has happened and
She's
you
the
have it
lore
all
keeper.
written down.
Yep.
But for many others, it may be a refresher for you, or maybe even a new introduction if you're a newer viewer. But let's start with you, Mila. We'll go to your cosplay in a moment, which is amazing. But
As always.
talk to us about like just a favorite moment inside the campaign.
Oh man. There's so many, John.
I-
We've been
just-
doing this for a year.
You don't have to be perfect. Like, just pick anything.
I think one of my favorites was definitely when the crowd of the people of the lower city came together, united for
We're literally
David.
sobbing at the table.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were all crying. It was touching.
Not just that, getting to hear the voices of our actual Discord shopkeepers.
Yes.
that
live in the
session
game.
in general was just so good.
Such a surprise
It
every
was-
single
Yeah.
time.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
And
so we
especially
kinda-
after like all of the hard stuff we had been through, getting that kind of reprieve of hearing all of these wonderful things, especially from David, that David has done, because he hasn't had
Exactly.
like a lot of spotlight in that way up until then. So
Yeah.
that was probably one of my favorites.
Nice.
It was so good,
As the person who plays David, it was very unexpected, and I loved it.
as it should
The
be.
person behind David.
It's kind of the "It's a Wonderful Life" moment for the campaign,
Very much
but
so.
it made so much sense, and it just kind of came together. The story tells itself, and that's what's happened here with that.
I do
So-
have contacts in, yes.
Yes, well, yeah, we'll show
Her
you the
natural eye
cosplay
color.
up close in a
Oh,
moment.
yes, my natural eye color, blinding yellow.
So, even with Mila, though, I think it's fun to just go back to, I think, the first moment. Was it session 1 or session 2? When you guys found the little underground cellar beneath Pence for
Session
Pages.
one.
It was
Session
session
zero.
1, right?
Or, yeah,
zero. It
zero
was a zero.
technically, yeah.
Zero
And,
when we
and you
met
found
Finley.
a little rat roaming around.
And he's still
And he's
here.
become such a central figure in
Yeah,
the
could have
campaign.
kicked
Some good
it,
comedic
but I
reprieve.
didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
What a
yes.
different story that would be.
It would have been, yes, it would have been, yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's the little
Finley's
choices
my
you
boy.
make.
He's my little guy. We have
There he is.
matching,
Favorite baby
matching
man.
bracelets.
Got knitted Finleys and picked Finleys and all that
Get
fun
ready
stuff.
for some Finley cosplay?
All right, anyone
Yeah.
else? Yeah, yes. Really? Do I have to?
It would be so
Yes,
funny.
please.
You guys
I sent
want me to
Rachel a video
cosplay
about
as a
this
rat?
last night.
That could be
I'll
a really
send it
bad
full.
commentary on
I
my
will
character if
show
I'm
you-
cosplaying as a rat.
I'm gonna show you what she sent me.
Yeah. It's very good.
Oh, is it not just a weird rat suit? It's
Oh,
like
it
a
is.
person.
No, it is. It is a weird rat suit.
Oh, wait, what?
Are we watching a TikTok
You
together?
want me to do that?
Yeah.
No, I will not be part of
I will not do that unless I get
I need to
200
see it.
viewers.
I need to see it.
Hey, we can make that happen. Come on, people.
Anyways, move on to some.
You can do it. All right, so somebody else. So just we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. It's just some moments, things
amazing.
that also will remind players of things that might have happened, back in sessions 1 through 10.
I think one of the funniest callbacks in an interesting way was Daisy or at the time, Duke and Click infiltrating the Beauregard household in the dead of night as guards were guarding it and moving their way through, doing the most random of things, the most unplanned moments as they went through, only for much later for David and Daisy, two people of different names with the same bodies and characters, now going and infiltrating an entire school together and succeeding by
They
dumb luck.
pretended to go to.
Yes,
so
it
good.
just happened to work perfectly that we managed to scoot our way through everything, dice working perfectly. I think that it was really nice to get to do some infiltration work as two classes who are natural infiltrators and make it just work and just see it happen and see that little callback to earlier when they were friends at one point, and it was very fun. That whole session of us
That was
infiltrating
going to be one of my
So
favorite was the
crazy.
school, but I forgot about the Beauregard.
That was our first job as rats. That Click
And you
told
threw a
you guys.
cat in the
I did throw a cat.
Yes.
And
Into a fire.
And John threatened to lower my alignment by rating
I did.
because I got a cat hurt in the process. But yes, that was a very fun moment, and it was I guess it's fun to call back to that to see like what at the time Click was willing to do to get a job
Right.
done,
Yeah.
and how very similar he still is.
Yeah.
In some ways. But there's been a lot of character development for all of us. It's been really interesting to see it all.
Yeah, well
over
said.
the years.
Well
I mean,
said.
32 sessions worth of it. So
And I think even when you guys infiltrated the Von Poppen,
another one.
the guest house. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but to be so close to a revelation, I was prepared. I was prepared that day for you to hear the voice of Katharine Von Poppen.
And it's interesting how that might have worked out because it was Dahlia and Click were inside the house. Daisy
Right.
was nowhere nearby, and so I don't. I don't know how it would have worked. I bet you could have figured out a way to get it to the information to Daisy in an interesting
if
way.
it would have been like, okay, you guys can just kind of scramble up, you know, whatever kind of side of the building. You don't need somebody to
Exactly.
To
The
lift
fact
you
that
up.
you have those details sitting in the wings, just waiting, and that sometimes we just pass them by.
Which is that's a hard part as a DM because like even today I've got 15
So many
pages.
pages.
And I just flew in last night from California, but I still got like 15 pages.
Crazy.
You guys are going to pass by stuff. I'm going to need your passive perception. Let me get that right now. Everyone's passive
The
perception.
best part about being a DM, though, and over preparing is the players do not know you have over prepared, and so the
yes.
things that they miss, you just that'll be here now.
Maybe.
That'll
Or
come
it
up
may be
later.
missed forever.
Maybe it's missed
Right.
forever.
What was that
exactly.
one thing we missed?
Passive is 10 plus perception.
Was
there
it in
have
the
been many
last
things.
campaign? I think it was in the last campaign. Oh, it was
like
the
24 or
ring.
What ring?
have
Oh,
an
with,
idea.
with Alcon?
Yeah, with Alcon.
Oh, yes.
It was the
yes, the
brooch.
brooch. Yeah,
The brooch
complete-
of
like,
what?
I say
Controlling-
tap,
my
tap the
God.
brooch. So many DM hints.
I was
Yes.
so frustrated.
And that's
with
something
you.
I had never experienced from you as a DM, so I didn't know how you gave out hints.
Right.
But for me as a character, I was in the moment of like, she's been through an incredible amount of trauma.
And I'm over here
Yes.
trying to give hints.
and I'm trying to play it meta in character, and it's very obvious that these are meta hints to me as Thomas.
I'm like, how more obvious can he get?
Wait, wait. Actually, let's ask about this. You say me as a DM, how I give out hints. If you were in that situation, how would you as a DM have passed out that hint? We're switching campaigns here, but it's still fun.
As a natural
Lord.
wizard and
the
someone who can
raid.
notice magical things, I might have said that maybe you see a glint of something arcane on it.
That's
in
too
nature.
obvious to me. See, that's why I did.
I mean, he was a level 12 wizard or something with 20 intelligence.
You watch the sunlight hit it.
Even passively. But that's how I might have done. Like you
Yeah.
asked how I would have done it. That might be me.
No,
if
I
I noticed
like
my
that.
players
That makes
literally
sense.
weren't picking up on my hints, I might say you notice a glint of something off in the thing, or maybe
That's-
even a sigil that appears out from underneath for a second.
well, I may try to be more that way, but I think historically
Yeah,
I've
sometimes
been.
you're a little.
I know, but I like
like, you guys missed out.
What about taxidermy?
stuffery. It's stuffery.
Sure.
Hey, thank you, Trollor Games,
Honestly,
you
fully our
Raiders.
faults. I straight up said it, and we moved past it like it was nothing.
That's stupid.
So we're talking about. So we're doing our 1-year anniversary here of Tears of Aihrde with this amazing crew. We're cosplay today, which we'll show in a moment. We're going to spend just 2 or 3 more minutes talking about our favorite moments from early in the campaign. And then we'll jump in the game, but thank you for the raid, TLG. We are giving away today. We have both a $50 gift card to the Trollord Games store, but also this hardback cover of the Player's Handbook
Wow.
to the world of
love
Aihrde. So we're doing a
Which is a
lot of
callback
Aihrde.
to some classic
Oh,
D&D.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so
Y'all want that.
I gave away my Player's Handbook, so I got to get another one. But yes, you'll recognize this cover if you know the original Player's Handbook.
This
This
shifted
is a
again.
beautiful homage
Yeah, it
to
did.
the original.
The blue light went on and then.
Oh, just shift
It's
the
on
camera
me.
over. That's not where the
Hello.
center of the camera
Wait,
is.
hang on.
know,
I can fix that. Hang on. It's
gorgeous right now.
The blue light.
there we go. I don't know what does. Yeah. All right. I know. I have tracking turned on. I'll fix that later. Yeah,
over
there's
here.
a setting on these where they can follow certain things. yes. So
scary.
I'll fix that later.
Scary.
All right. Anyone else? Moments.
So I'll go off him. 'Cause
Yeah.
We did the school. That was written down. That though day, I did not know what I was gonna do. So the way it turned out was like.
The fact that you went into it upset that we didn't follow your plan, and we couldn't be any more outside of any plan the whole time. It's the most Jenny and Daisy thing I've ever experienced.
I had no idea what I came in going. Don't know what I'm gonna do today.
But if I'm being honest, that speaks volumes to your ability as a D&D player and your ability to improv on the spot and just make something work. No matter what
So
you're
good.
handed, you make it work, and it's
not to
so
be.
good. Well, but
You're too humble. No,
you
it's
are,
more
but on that, in that vein, sometimes you literally have to stop thinking sometimes and overthinking things. I'm an overthinker through and through.
Oh no.
And so I will come up with the stupidest of plans that are far too complex. And it's like, you were the one who's like, no, we should just take the people with us and go in and cure David today of both days worth of poison. And we were the whole week we're chatting with each other like, no, that's a stupid idea. We shouldn't do that. It's going to not work out in our favor. And then I get here that day and I hear you telling me about it. I'm like,
like,
why are we overthinking this? Go get cured.
Just go get cured. Why
Yeah.
are we stretching this out?
Exactly. Why make a big deal out of
Meanwhile, you're
something?
climbing up a window and falling into a river.
We make mountains.
Brilliant.
We make mountains and
Tipping over
molehills.
that
Daisy
candle.
like
Just
bulldozes
the
through them.
mountain.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
That was
and
such a good
also my
moment.
favorite part was I talked probably about a year about coming in as a hidden character.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I had
you
this whole thing.
Did flawlessly.
so,
I saw it from the
well.
first moment.
Yes, you did. You did.
so
You did so good at covering your tracks.
yeah. But that was
Great
something
collaboration
I
between you
Except
two.
when your DM called you her instead of him.
A number of times,
Yeah.
but also
But then you were like, oh, he does
It's
not have
Cade.
time.
It's,
But also
well, no, it's
like,
Cade because
yeah.
it was Cade before.
you,
Yeah.
you did it with Cade all the time. Exactly.
Yeah, it was, but like that was, but I figured out how hard that was gonna be because I was like, oh great, I gotta cover my tracks. I
Yep.
And you did so good.
gotta,
Get my
Did.
face punched in.
yeah.
But then getting to call back to it when we were in the school and you talking to the headmaster
yeah.
Yep.
about the younger you and and Daisy being just such a calling back to her own kid days again, where she's like, you liked me, right?
I'm your favorite,
like-
right?
I was your favorite.
was Daisy
You
Bell, right?
miss us, right? And it was just so cute and perfect and
So endearing.
yeah, very endearing.
Really sad.
Very endearing to a
Very
character
sad.
that had, no offense, not been very well endeared to up until that point, who had not made herself very well likable, and then, which is something I'm struggling with this click right now, is making the character likable to people because we don't just want to be jerks the whole time.
Right.
They're
I don't
enjoyable
know, be
characters to a
nicer.
point,
Yeah, I'll tell you, Esky.
but
Maybe
it's
don't
fun.
yell at your friends. It's fine.
Slice them in half.
Maybe
and
don't steal from
You
your
can do
friends.
both.
I don't know. One seems easier than the other.
I don't know.
All right. Any last thoughts before we jump into it today? Go ahead.
One of my favorite things looking back is if you even watch just our session 0 and then look at us today, it's crazy how much is still kind of similar.
Yes.
Of like Dahlia going way too hard and almost killing a kid. Mila getting her hand on the ball in a way that probably was not good for Mila, of like immediately jumping on Teek's back and then throwing up on him. These two kind of, playing a little bit more circuitous, some good intimidation from Baby Click, like all this different
Baby
stuff, and how much it's like, it's that notion that everything changes, but also so much stays the same. Of like, I felt coming into this game that Dahlia was like, I don't know who she's gonna be. Like, I kind of have some things planned out. At one point, I thought I was gonna be a paladin.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
we were
know.
talking.
I've got your original notes. Yes.
But like, just the way that like we had some thoughts in mind of like who our characters would be and how they've grown and changed, and like just shaped since then. I also, sorry, chat and everyone there, you didn't get to be here for this part, but like getting to make a friendship with these people over the course of the past year has meant everything to me. Like, it has been so special, and I could absolutely cry thinking about it, but
I'm
then I won't
gonna.
have freckles anymore. So I'm not gonna do that, but yeah.
On that end of
really
things, I might have a little surprise
What? What is
that
that?
I might have brought in that no one saw.
Ooh, is that why you
That's
It's
why you
been-
came early?
teleported here?
It's been a year
Right.
of Tears of Aihrde.
Yeah.
I thought you guys deserve a little
Bottle of tears.
something for our 1 year anniversary of Tears of Aihrde.
I'm gonna cry.
What is it?
Oh my god.
And John, I think you will very much enjoy
This is
yours.
beautiful. What? Oh.
So,
What are these?
I will describe what everybody got. We'll start with Cameron.
Wait, what the what? What?
That is a dice holder, and that is a set of dragon teeth dice.
What?
It's
Look at this. Look
it's
at
a
this.
dragon jawbone, and it holds
All the teeth.
It holds 2 sets of dice, and it has a D2 coin flip
I'm
that's
trying-
like.
Sorry, everyone. I know we're not playing
Tailbone.
D&D yet, but we're celebrating a little bit here.
I
Oh my
can't-
goodness.
So,
Can we swap?
John got that. Cameron
So that I
got
can
a.
see what
That
you
is
have. I
a
can't
matte
see.
black hand painted D20
Oh my god.
with Feywild flowers all over
Oh, these are D6s.
it. Though, Jenny got
do anything.
poison bottle D6s, which incidentally are your sneak attack damage dice.
Oh.
And so you roll them kind of sideways.
Oh, whoa.
And Rachel got it's
I rolled a
resin, but it is
6, hey.
citrine colored
Oh, so these
crystal
All right,
D20.
while we're talking
which
in
is
the chat,
necklace
That
that,
is
we have a
Mila
question.
wears.
Post
as a
your
citrine.
favorite Tears of Aired moments. Something you enjoyed over the past year in the game.
Wow.
I wanted to try
Dice
and get a real
anniversary.
crystal, but
so
citrine's
post in the
really
chat your favorite Tears of Aired moment over the last year,
So I'm very happy.
and we'll call that out on the stream.
But I couldn't help myself. I saw the opportunity to get everybody something very individualized for the campaign that we could remember, and now you have those things.
Right.
Now I
you are,
have
you are too much.
5 bottles of poison.
Yes, and which means you
In
can
character,
up
you
to
have 5
level
bottles
up to level 9. You can just keep only rolling those as your well.
I've
for you, it's level
rolled
7
really
'cause you
well
do
on
extra
this,
sneak
so I
attack
will be
damage, but-
using this.
Yeah.
How does that one
Thank
work?
you.
I just
You
got
just
Oh,
roll
you just
it like,
roll it.
and then
I
that's
And
an
which
11.
one is it? Which one?
Whichever's most up. So that's
So
it.
that'd be a
Oh, okay.
6.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's so
Very
cool.
thoughtful. Hello, Tracy.
Wow.
Hello, old school. Sorry everyone didn't call you out earlier. We're
Very
just having a
welcome.
little bit of a celebration here before we start.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Look at this.
With all the teeth in it.
Here is my dice
wow.
jar.
So sick.
And
Oh, wow, that's
all the,
cool.
Yes, and these guys are both ends, and everybody else is just this
Just a single
piece.
boy, yeah.
But that's
Thomas
That's
did a ritual
glorious.
on those dice to make them roll really bad.
Don't tell him that.
Doesn't know it. Don't tell him.
That's
I was whispering.
so
He couldn't hear
sweet.
me.
okay. So Jeff said
You're
in
very
the
welcome.
chat one of his favorite moments was when Daisy saw the green eyeball man in the window
glowing
and
man.
dropped off.
He's
Yes.
glowing.
One of my favorite things is your insistence that he was glowing and your continuation
I
of
know.
it. He just gets more and more glowy every
He
time.
does,
we
every
see
time,
him.
yes.
The glowing green-eyed man.
And this time he's not
that's
just glowing.
improv.
The
He's
glowing
emitting,
man with glowing green eyes that glow.
and this time he's emitting light floating through the air.
Hovering, meditating as he just
the middle
shoots
of the
into the
woods.
sky. Wild.
Who is this guy?
Old School said he thought the whole transition from the children to the adults was a handful. Well played. Was handled well, sorry. Well played. And
agree with
surprised
Garrett.
by Daisy's gender reveal. No doubt. I mean, Duke
yeah.
all the time was hiding because he was a Beauregard. She was a Beauregard orphan after the family was killed, hiding from the evil Von Poppins. And that was a super fun
Oh,
moment.
did
Let's
someone
see.
say click confronting
Yeah,
fauna?
Amanda did.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Oh, yes. And the big old slap that he
Yep.
got.
Oh, he
that
deserved
was
it.
fun.
Yeah, he might need another one.
He
Yes.
might. And then let's see. Garrett said,
Final
the
session as
chal-
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
memorable
that
things you've
is-
seen. Oh, thank you so much.
Meeting Gladimus
that
the
was
first
like
time?
my second.
Oh, that
was
Okay.
that, especially just the amount of emotion you were able to evoke from me with Marcus.
Yeah. Oh my
Just like
gosh.
straight up sobbing. Like
That
there was,
was-
no
that was
pretty
tough.
crying. I was just heaving.
Also, getting to fight with Thomas at the table is one of my favorite things.
What do you win? Oh,
Yes, Dolly
yes.
and Click.
When we were angry.
The number of times you guys have screamed at each other has been
Yeah.
amazing.
I keep making it happen.
You are an
You are.
instigator.
You are, no doubt.
I have to fill Chandler's shoes. He was the heel. I have to be the heel. But
Somebody's gotta do it,
Lee
people.
mentioned meeting Gladimus the first time. I thought that was a really fun instant characterization of this egotistical little kid that you guys met, suddenly meeting the person they've feared for a very long time and realizing this is not the kid you thought he was the whole time.
Right.
He's begging like, don't hurt us,
Yes,
don't kill us.
yes,
The
yeah.
whole
And
time.
that's really
Yeah, because he'd been so cocky before
Yeah.
and absolutely certain of himself, despite the crossbow and despite the bar to the head.
Bar to the right to the head.
Yep. So,
kid.
all right. Hey,
for
thank
real.
you, Jay. Absolutely. By the way, today, if you're going to stay on for Gabbin later, Jay apparently, make sure I have this right, Jay, Lord Gazumba, will do anything for viewers. Tonight, as he is streaming his Gabbin, he will be going through a colonoscopy cleanse. I believe is what he said. Something I'm unfamiliar with and hope to always remain so. But
This will be a spectacle to see,
Yeah,
Jay.
so he's apparently going to be leaving the room
That's
quite a bit.
hilarious.
Yeah, so
yes, you're
yeah,
calling him out.
yeah, I got it.
Best of
I
luck
got it
in
right.
that, my friend.
Yeah, so if,
Okay, I've been
folks,
through that,
tune
Jay. I know
in.
what it's
Yeah,
like.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I had some digestive issues, so I had an upper and lower endoscopy done.
Wow.
The whole-
okay.
whole
so
thing.
If you
Gross. I'm so sorry.
the whole thing.
The whole
so
thing.
If you were not planning on watching Gabbin
Listen, the human
tonight,
body's just
you
a
want
tube.
to watch it tonight. What are you okay, let's go through. Let's talk about what happened last time. Let's do our cosplay. We'll do the character intros with the cosplay, but let's start with what happened last time.
Well, guys, what happened last time? It was not the most jam-packed of sessions, but boy, howdy did it start out with a bang. we started with combat with what we thought were 3 gnolls. A simple pack turned into 4, but of course Daisy knew
Always.
that it was going to have a 4th gnoll because she very tactically made
Very
her way
tactically.
around the edge of the mountain to see a gnollish shaman appear over
Enormous
the top of the hill.
prescience. Like,
Of course.
she knew.
It's Jenny. She knows these
Taking
things.
off wild time.
And the shaman had cast a stinking cloud on the group, just barely missing Click, which debilitated Mila, but Dahlia and
Great
Throg
times.
managed to shove off most of the effects. Not until the very next turn, they won initiative, the shaman cast Web on the group, locking them in place within the stinking cloud. Nauseated, eventually Dahlia and Throg managed to get out of it and subdue the other 3 gnolls, but not before Daisy had managed to critically strike the shaman on the hill, dealing in one fell swoop 60 damage.
Insane.
It was
Crazy.
pretty insane. Shooting
the
his arm
shaman on
into
the
his
hill
throat.
Sees the daisy
What?
going round.
Level 4.
Yeah.
She was level 4 at the time. Yep.
Level 4,
Very,
60 damage.
very impressive.
Yes.
Crazy.
Daisy's built to hit like a freight train, for a nice anachronism there. And the fight eventually kind of dwindled out. Everybody managed to survive pretty well, except for the
Right,
fact
Kurt?
that Finley did roll a nat 1 on his save against the stinking cloud
Poor
and instantly
buddy.
fell unconscious.
He's had a rough few days.
He has, but Mila managed to resuscitate him rather quickly, and everything sort of dissipated. We did lose a horse in the process.
R.I.P.
He puked himself
You
to death.
lost some pride.
That guy threw up to
But-
death.
We took some time to peer out into the woods and realized there were more people out there than just what the gnolls might have been. We caught eyes, at least Dahlia did, of what she believed to be a dryad-like form. She called out the name Rosie, which is something from her backstory that we will probably be getting to very soon.
I hope
But
so.
it didn't seem to make any note of such a thing. It just sort of disappeared off into the woods. But it did leave a symbol of sorts that Dahlia is aware of, a little red flower, which she
heart
knows means
blossom.
friendship or friends, at the very least, not enemies.
Now I know the name.
It,
Thanks, John.
however, didn't. It didn't leave a trail of anything. It didn't give us a way to go, but we did have a trail that we could follow. Very obvious drag marks and blood splatters leading into the woods where we believed Thodin, the dwarven woman craftsman sales person, was headed when they were on the road and managed to get caught by these gnolls, we believe. These are all assumptions that we're making. If not, then they're just people that we want to go help. So we decided we were going to, after some discussion. We set the carts off the road, hid them a bit with some brush. Dahlia put some words on the Twilight Wood side that were very friendship, take care of this. This is nice. Don't eat it,
Don't be
please.
rude.
Nothing is ever free. You're not allowed to steal. And on the other side, Click tacked up the Nat 20 Von Poppen sigil that Daisy drew onto that side, onto the road
I
side
don't know
of the
why you
cart.
didn't do mine. I don't know why you didn't do mine. It was pretty good.
You could pull it up. It's still in your notes. It's not.
I don't know
it's
what
bad.
you're talking about. It's good and
It's
it's
not.
great and it's
While we were doing that, Daisy was not only carving the dead horse of its meat, she was also carving one of the gnolls of their flesh to
steal its
come and
tattoo.
show us a haunting tattoo that it had on its right shoulder, which was a really skinny, yeah, John's got it up, man or figure with extended
I'm glad I
legs
drew
and
it.
arms. I did as well. We've got these really crappy drawings in our of just a
Again,
guy.
mine's great. I don't know.
It's not good.
What are you saying?
And we don't exactly, none of us knew where this symbol had come from, what it means, or who it is, but we know that something bigger is going on here with the gnolls. And we took some precautions, put up a bear trap at the edge of the wagons. Basically did everything within our immediate ability to protect the wagons as much as we could, and walked into the Twilight Woods, Throg accompanying us. And amidst that walk, the group kind of split into some different groups as Mila and Dahlia had some conversations about fear and the woods and
Proselytizing.
proselytizing the light of Lahezi, while
That's where I intended the conversation to go.
Oh, she sure intended it
and
too.
Daisy, Click approached Daisy with the intention of having her try out the Shade Blade, which he had been given by Gretchen's husband, in theory. And as she held it and activated its ability, she found she was very easily able to see through the darkness of the wood. And being the only person who doesn't naturally have some form of dark vision, Click took it back and gave it to her in a thief sort of ritual, you might say, where she had to pay for the blade and then wet it with her own blood so that the blade, one, knew who its owner was and knew what its purpose was. And then Daisy said, well, I don't want to put this blood to waste. Let's make good use of it. And tried to offer a blood bond between Click and herself in hopes to, in the future, if David is ever present and they need Click, someone more physically skilled in that fighting aspect, to come out, maybe Daisy might be able to sing the song this time and actually bring Click out. Because last time, from whatever we've seen, anytime the song has brought Click out, it's been David singing it and no one else. So the hope was there. Click, however, did not find Daisy's sales pitch effective
Compelling.
enough.
Yeah.
She did not call Click a friend. She called him someone useful, and that is not what he needed to hear.
No. She said,
She said, I like you because
you're useful and you're useful.
which is a good sentence to hear.
Yeah, not either or.
Well, it's not the question that was asked of you. And that is where we last left the session
I will
off.
be right back.
As John leaves.
Too much coffee before.
We can keep.
We
you
can do
all
character intros
entertained.
if you want.
Well, no, because I want to do the cosplay Zoom.
Oh, all right.
bye.
Well, hi, friends.
Hey guys.
How's it going? I hope you're having a good time.
We
Can
are.
we talk about favorite bits? Because my favorite is,
Write it down, write it
yeah, write that
One
down.
of my favorites is the insistence of Finley. Any new male he sees is, you should mate with that person.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Is that flirting?
Is that flirting?
Is that
I think
flirting's a
that's
good
one of my
bit?
favorites.
Yeah.
The children love the blank
Yeah.
is a good one.
That's
The
a good
blank
one.
is very
That's a
good.
good one. We got a couple of good.
My friends at work have recently started quietly saying to me on bar, kind of hot though.
Really?
Yes! Regularly saying to each other on
If anytime John introduces any NPC, no matter how he describes what they look like, you lean over to each other and go, kind of hot. Just as a fun little joke, just for us
And
in the
then
audience.
John will inevitably be like, no.
No, this one explicitly isn't hot. Like Throg, I think he said that specifically
Well,
about.
Deke, we were like, oh, he's tall.
Oh yeah, and he was like, no, he's
He's like,
ugly,
no.
ugly.
And we were like, kind of hot though.
The muscle don't lie.
What are some other
Yeah.
good running bits that we've
Favorite
had?
NPCs, Thuban.
Yes.
Phoebe.
Brindley.
Good old Thuban.
No matter how much he sucks, I actually really liked Mateo as an enemy NPC.
yeah.
So,
Very good.
so vile and
we're
evil.
gonna kill that guy.
Also, shopkeeps don't count as NPCs. They are players.
Yes.
That's
Valid.
why we love all of them so
Every
much.
shopkeep is my
Every
favorite
shopkeep is my
NPC.
favorite. They're so good.
Brinleaf is my favorite.
Brynleaf is
Brynleaf
such a
is
new
so
addition to the
good.
cast,
Good.
but so
we
perfect.
need more of him.
No one loves Throg.
We love
Throg.
Frog.
All right, let's go through character intros. We'll show the cosplay, and we'll actually play some D&D
Yes.
today. If you're joining, I know last week we had several things to announce to you. This week is our 1-year anniversary.
Yay.
By the way, a little clue, it is also the last day of September. So you can still sub today and hit September inside of Twitch if you would wish to. Because the next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
say.
I'm not the last day, the last Sunday of
I
September.
was about to start freaking out. I was like, is it?
So let's go through, and we're going to go around this way today. So let's start. Dahlia, do your character intro, and we'll highlight your cosplay. And you
Camera.
are up, ready,
No, I
go.
don't like that.
Hi,
Oh, it followed me again.
I'm Cameron. I play Dahlia, level 5 Verdant Bloodline Blood Rager. Back at home, back in my element, baby. One of my favorite things about today too is we are currently back in the same spot that we first started this game in.
Yes.
The first scene that we ran was me in my treehouse with
Yes.
my mom.
Yes.
And so we're back at it.
Yes.
Dahlia's feeling good and anxious that her friends might not like this place and that it could be bad. But it's fine.
And
she
she's
feels great about it.
Seen hints of her friends, and
Yeah. They're doing good.
and also just to show on the screen where you are actually at.
The bottom
compared
camera
to
has
where
moved
we-
again.
Help.
Hello.
I'm
Oh.
trying to fix it.
Should we
All
just
right,
adjust it
hang
back
on. No,
over?
let me turn on. I know it. Let me
Okay.
find this here. So it's a tracking setting on this guy. Let me pull this
I like
up.
that the two of you are just.
Yeah.
She was trying to get the tracking to make it move again.
Yeah. It didn't work.
More
But
settings.
attempts were made.
Okay, so see this right here, auto tracking. That's what I. So
Turn that off.
It's your palm. That's what it
Get
is.
outta here.
Your palm will move the camera.
The force.
Yes, exactly. So I'm turning that off. There we go. That should fix that problem. Okay. So I was going to show you. She said where we began. We're very close, but not quite.
No, we're a little bit deeper in.
A bit
This is
more
the
north, for
entire
sure.
world of Aihrde here.
Beautiful.
And we're going to explore all of it.
Yes. Well,
God.
You probably will.
No, no way.
So this is the area that they're in,
surprised if we found out
which is this shortcut map I have here, which shows Altamira. We have other, pardon me, I swallowed a cracker wrong. We have other areas to put in here. We have new cities, like Orgstall and
New Haven?
New Haven. And so we're going to have
Kemi's
those
there, though,
on the
right?
map here.
Kemi's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, Kemi's already up there.
Kemi.
So,
Kemi's a base. one.
so where the initial sessions were with your mother were right here in the forest. You guys are all the way up here, close to the beginning of the Crooked Branch. So you are deep.
deep. We're going deep.
Let's go. Well, you're actually, to be clear, you're here.
Just barely in
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
barely in, but you're up here this high inside the forest. So-
Wow.
all right, let's go to you. Click.
What? Huh? New Haven. Lee lives near the actual town of New Haven.
Yes.
Oh,
Which
that's
was
funny.
A funny joke. Knock, knock, bleaters. Click here. Your favorite vigilante of a city that we're not currently in. Doing my best to be as sad as I can.
It's working.
He's doing
It's
great,
working.
people. He's doing
It's
great.
great. We're all
It's okay.
mentally healthy.
Yep, we're all great. Level 5 vigilante, and full elf, able to see kind of, but things are getting dark for Click. And yeah, you took my blade. I might want it back one day, but we'll see.
I forgot to highlight cosplay, so we're going to do yours, then we'll come back to you. So show us the new jacket.
Ooh,
Look at it. Look at
Ooh,
it.
strike a pose.
For newer viewers, why do you have this
Show
dark?
your hand. Show your hand.
What?
This scar? Oh, I don't know. It's never come up. No one's ever really asked. But I do have a scar over my eye that I earned, and I know why. It's a fun story. We'll maybe get to that. I've got a little tattoo that he has underneath a gold and ruby stone set ring, which has a raven and a hammer on both sides of it. Got a little bit of an injury on my hand that's beginning to heal, but slowly, and a little bit of a tattoo on my
Look at that. Wait, show the camera. You can't. Yeah,
which
look at
my jacket might come off later this session because it might get a little hot in here, and this
Okay.
jacket's made of leather, and we'll probably get a bit warm. But yeah, that's fun cosplay. It's
that. All
fun
right, very nice. Dahlia, back to you. We didn't talk about your cosplay.
Hi.
That's the extent
It's
of it.
me. I got my little friendship bracelet on. I got my freckles. I've got all my fun little ear piercings that I got in my ears. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, let's go to you, Mila.
Hello, lovelies. I am Mila. I am an Amdura who is at, I believe, 5th level. And this is Finley. This is my familiar, and this is the cosplay. I have my white streak in my hair. It looks a little gray because my hair is very dark, but I promise on her it's white. I have obviously the most important piece,
Wait,
which is
so-
my eyes.
Well, hang on. So we're gonna. I'm gonna see if I can make. I'm gonna zoom in on your
even closer?
eyes.
It's gonna get scary.
So here, let me.
They are rather
Here.
creepy, yes. But
It is very creepy.
That's a good thing.
But that's kind of how I've wanted it.
Wait, hold on,
Mila's
so-
very pretty, but her eyes are very disturbing at times.
Amanda's requesting more Click ear wiggles, so I am.
Okay, all right, hold on. I almost got it. Let's. Rachel, look at the camera.
looking. I'm
Look at
staring right
those.
into you guys.
Look at the eyes. Can you open them wide?
Here.
Oh, that's awesome!
Real
So
creepy.
cool. So cool. Very, very well done. All right, and now tell us about Daisy Bell.
Well, good morning, Mad Chatters. I'm Daisy Bell. Just your friendly, run-of-the-mill ninja. Nightshade, that is. Just out here defending the poor,
Oh my God.
the weak, delivering justice where justice
okay.
needs. And I do have a special set of skills that nobody really wanted to believe she did, but she does.
When did we ever say that?
I've said it multiple times, but you've proven yourself.
But, just out here and whatever will be, will be. There you go.
Kurt knows what's up.
Kurt does know what's up.
What?
Kurt understands the true storyline.
Yes.
No, you got
Mila's the
her
BBEG. All right, so we're not going to show the video for sake of time. We're already
Just
deep
wait,
into the
I'm gonna
stream.
betray you all.
We'll show the video at our break.
Yeah, Lee.
Let me think. So, just a reminder, we have a $50 gift card we're giving away today to the Troll Lord Game Store, and also this hard copy book of the Player's Handbook in celebration of our 1-year anniversary for our great friends Troll Lord Games and the Tears of Aihrde. And with that said, we begin.
The weeping has
No,
only
I'm
just
scared.
begun.
No, stop. Why would you
I don't want to be in the woods. I don't like it here.
I'm
You
making
did
Lee-
like it here.
Dolly
Oh,
loves
okay.
it. Cameron is terrified.
All right.
Because my mom could be in here. All the people from my past are here.
Imagine being afraid to meet anyone from your backstory. Couldn't be me, wouldn't be me, wouldn't ever be me, wouldn't happen.
Definitely won't be you anytime soon.
No, it won't be me anytime
Certainly,
soon.
Be
there's
him.
no one you're
Definitely not
afraid
headed
of your
directly
past.
towards one of those people.
No, intentionally so.
Very intentional.
We're having a great time, folks.
We're all, as Garrett put it the other day, the rats are a picture of mental health. We are all doing good.
Okay. All right. That works. As you press inward in the Twilight Forest, occult channels within the ancient wood seem to throb from the very soil. Occasionally, as I've mentioned before, you see a root that seems to churn of its own volition beneath the soil. You have the sense the very leaves themselves are measuring you. And perhaps you're being found wanting. They continue to oscillate, to move gently as you push in. But for now, the forest just watches. It watches. And it measures. You have no light, correct?
No.
So all of you have dark vision, and Daisy has the shade blade.
Is Throg okay? Does he have dark vision?
Throg has don't have.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not
works.
sure.
Yeah, and Throg just, as he's following behind, he's taken sort of the rear of the party. He breathes heavily, and occasionally you hear him muttering to himself. And there are some words in Orcish. Oh, I need your passive perceptions. That's right. So let's start with you, Click.
15.
Okay. And Dahlia.
19.
Okay.
A lot of
And
points.
Mila.
24.
10.
Stupid.
Add,
All right.
add 10.
Wait, is perception on our skills?
It is.
Yeah.
Sean
Do you have it?
just going stupid. It's so funny.
There you go. Show all perceptions right there.
I mean, you're not the wisest.
That's
You're
okay.
wiser than me, I think.
Not very perceptive. I got a 4.
That's
So
so,
14.
shocking.
14.
What? Being perceptive about certain things.
Why are you so mean?
Oh man, that's if I would have been more perceptive, me and Click would have a blood bond. you
Yeah,
know?
that was the kind of joke I was trying
Maybe
to
over
make
two.
there.
All right, so yours was 4, right? Okay.
14 for her.
Oh, 14.
14
Okay.
total, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she doesn't have a minus.
Yeah. All right, so as you walk further into the forest, and again, you feel this sense of being measured, Grog is muttering. Throg is, what did I say, Grog?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's easy to
Dixie,
do.
I have a, anyway. So,
Secrets.
so Throg is muttering to himself, and you speak Orcish, correct?
I do.
So,
Fluent, some might say.
you hear curses, imprecations, and
Which ones?
what's that?
Which cuss words? Say 'em.
It's our 1 year, we're allowed.
Yeah.
One per
Hey,
stream.
come on.
Vile, and at one point, you're pretty sure you hear. Roll d20 and give me your nat roll.
13 on the dice.
Russell. Mother.
Mother.
Two moms? No.
I can't imagine the group is particularly stretched at the moment, but I do imagine that I know Click and Daisy are definitely at the front. because we're the stealthier of the group. Maybe not the most perceptive, but I imagine Mila's right behind us, keeping an eye out.
Her eyes are just scanning every which way, very uncertain, paranoid even.
Click will step to the side and usher the group to kind of continue walking, as he makes his way towards the back of the group to speak with Throg.
So that means Daisy Bell has the front?
I'll
with
kind of
Mila
move
right
up
behind.
Okay.
to like walk next to Daisy Bell, Mila in the middle, and
Great.
Okay.
dudes in the back.
And as far as I'm aware, no one else speaks Orcish, so Click's just going to start talking to Throg in Orcish. I heard you speaking. Are you quite all right?
There's a heave, and he actually grinds his tusks together for a moment. He looks down at you, and for an instant, you think he might be prone to violence. He tenses.
What do you mean, all right? And where'd you learn our tongue?
I read about it. There's a lot of orcs outside of the city, and I thought it might be useful. Does it offend you? I can stop using it if you'd like.
No.
If you want, you could teach me how I'm messing it up. I'm certain some words don't translate correctly.
You speak soft.
Understood. I heard you saying some things. I think I'll note down some of those curses you said. But I don't mean to pry. And unless you're open to talking about it, I heard you mention the name of a person.
You say this, and you see a cloud settle over his face. Suffice it to say, Throg is not one accustomed to sharing feelings.
Of course.
And when you mention that you heard something and someone, and if you want to talk about it, this is language utterly foreign to him, and you recognize the moment you say it, he grits his teeth.
I'll be more careful next time.
Understood. It's how I like to be. I don't tend to speak my secrets out loud. But understand, I've heard you say tribe a few times. We can be that for you. I can be that for you. And if you ever need to, get the feelings out by hitting something, I like sparring, and my punching bags are back home.
Roll diplomacy.
He says it with all the confidence of a 5'2" man that knows he would get demolished by this thing. But still doing it.
Sure.
Diplomacy, 18.
18.
Pretty good.
He kind of, there's a low rumbling chuckle, and he just puts a massive hand on your back and gently pushes you forward. like he's giving a child a bit of a run along, but it's not mean spirited. It's a
Yeah. Before I leave, I will say, we are guaranteed to see more of your kind here. And I understand that you don't like them very much.
It's why I'm here.
Good. I need that anger.
And because of...
He stops himself.
Perhaps one day, you'll tell me about her.
her... Oh.
And Click just walks back to the front of the group.
Buddy. The best guy.
Okay, so party, as you push deeper into the woods. Now, remember, you came here in the evening at the end of a long day, but you do sense this oppressive watching in the woods. You're following the trail. You can still see the drag marks, broken branches, little caution exercised by orcs here in the Twilight Woods. Trails of blood, footprints, stamps. This, as I mentioned last time, not the first time this has happened here. There is much of this. You continue down the trail.
Question for you.
Yes.
The footprints, have they been rather visible as we're following them?
Oh, absolutely.
From
not just the footprints, but again, like you
The
see
dragon
here on
marks
the
and
screen,
everything.
it's like there's a broken path through these orcs have trampled
Okay.
and crushed the forest.
But we can
They
see
have-
the most recent footprints.
And aren't we following out off the side of the trail?
As much as we can, but
But again, so are you, because it is dense, thick
Yeah.
foliage, so your movement will be cut in a quarter if you're going to come off.
We'll stick on the track then.
Yeah.
Until things
like,
seem to be...
as you see here is very much what it is.
I imagine
I
towards
can't
the
see.
beginning...
Oh, I'm
Here,
sorry.
I'll look
I'm
here,
sorry.
I'll look
Yes.
here.
I imagine towards the beginning we were maybe off towards the side.
Yeah,
Oh
that makes
yeah,
sense.
that is
So
very
dense.
thick.
Yeah, it's very thick. Oh wow, I'm sorry. Is that hard to
That's
see
really
there?
cool. Well,
It's
no,
her
it's
fault.
just
She can
It's
put her
just
glasses
you're
on.
minus 400. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I have this, and
All
this
right,
works.
good. Yeah.
I was going to ask
My
though,
opera glasses out.
if those most recent footprints are slightly more obvious than the rest, I would be keeping an eye for when those footprints begin to become closer, when they're slowing down. Like
Okay.
it feels like they're getting to where they would want to be. Because you tend to, you walk
Sure.
at pace until when you're
Right,
getting into
yes.
familiar territory, you
Okay.
would slow down.
So
I'm looking
roll-
for that slowing.
Roll your survival skill,
Great.
please.
I
Is
do.
there a thing we can help with?
Don't worry about it. I rolled a natural one.
A natural one.
I did.
Cool.
So feel free to tell me whatever you want.
You feel like
If you want to roll to confirm it, John, you can.
No, there's not a really good way for me to. I only do that when it makes sense. It doesn't make sense here. You're just. Yeah, you're.
It's just a
unsure.
muck of
No.
footprints.
It's a
Yeah.
cacophony of footsteps and all kinds of different directions. It's been stomped and slushed and mushed and hard to see anything. Occasionally, you do see what looks like a fresh blood trail, but to like gather pace.
Yeah. That was my hope, but oh well. Then we'll just keep walking. At some point, I think I'll approach Dahlia and just be like, "At what point do we decide we've gone too far and need to rest for the night? And how does that
Rest.
work out here in the forest?"
That sounds wonderful.
yeah, I guess like in terms of my own traveling, that I did, what would we normally do in terms of like if we were traveling? For
Anyone
more
gets
than a day?
tired, I can take that away
So
for at least a little bit.
you would know that the Fae would travel at all times of day and night through the forest, but you do know they were very cautious of traveling to the northern part of the forest. You heard them talk of the orcs. This was an area that most of the Fae of your kin, the dryads, the nymphs would not come to this area. So by day or by night, it almost looks the same inside the Twilight Forest. This deep in the forest, the canopy is so dense. You get a slight filtering of light in the day, but it's like the difference between twilight and midnight. It's not the difference between noon and midnight.
So at some point, we just need to decide we're tired enough to go to sleep.
Perhaps.
There's
I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah. I think Click is getting a bit tired at this point, especially after the fight. I understand that you can do that. How do you get that ability back? Can you do that infinitely?
no.
Then at some point we do need to rest. I had the thought. We procured some hammocks. We could climb up some of these trees and scout from above rather than sleeping on the ground.
I've slept in trees before.
Could be a good way to do it.
Sounds good to me.
Mila actually looks a bit excited at this idea.
Perhaps we walk for a bit, see if we can find an opening of some sort. But if we can't, we sleep in trees tonight.
All right.
Okay, hang on real quick.
I'll keep an eye out.
Would Throg
for-
be able to do that?
To do what?
Would Throg
Climb a
be
tree?
able? No, sleep in a hammock.
I mean, even if he could, he wouldn't.
Yeah, I was like,
he would eschew the hammock.
that's a heavy boy.
Yeah, I
don't
mean, yeah,
feel
like, and
he's
the
gonna
comfort,
make
yeah,
it.
he would gladly just bed down in the forest
Yeah, okay.
floor.
I think we're looking for a little bit of a clearing if we can, but in that case.
Yeah, here it is dense. You are in the thick of the forest.
Into the
I mean, the good thing about that though is that most are going to be as hidden to us as we are to them.
Yeah.
Except for the natives that know exactly how to look through this place.
Fair.
But we hope the orcs don't. Except we'll be sleeping right off of that path. But
Yeah, the undergrowth is denser here. The ferns, as you see them, I'll show it again to the viewers. As you see them, they grow thick in this area, creating very little visibility for each of you. Crickets are a near constant sound. Occasionally,
It's a loud cricket.
distant roars of other beasts of the forest. Some of these very familiar to Dahlia. You know, her time here, 7 years in this forest. Other things, though, in this area, foreign. Never did she wander this far forward. Seeing a dryad, which is what you saw last time, you know, this far forward, this far north was unusual. And as the forest grows denser, make some noise.
Go up in the
What's he
tree.
doing? What's he doing over there?
Nothing.
Let's have
Don't mind me.
Guys, what's he doing?
So close.
Close.
He wants to kill us.
So close. Okay. So yeah, there
No.
are no clearings. But you know, just the endless slog through the forest of this densely packed trail of orcs. Finley. Mila,
You're awake.
I am.
Oh, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Do you want some water?
Oh, water would be lovely.
Immediately.
Where in
Give him some water.
the name of the Allfather are we?
The Twilight Woods.
He's not
Of course.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be much more careful. I didn't mean. You should not be getting hurt. I'm so sorry.
How could you have been more careful?
Not have going in.
Mila, I've told you already. The mistakes have been mine. I trust you. I've read in the scriptures of your kind that trust in the Allfather, trust in Lahazi. You must put implicit faith. I've questioned all too often. I trust you. Please, again, I know this is my thrice apology. I pray it will be my last, but you cannot fear for me. If you fear for me, you'll be the end of us both. I am the one that must be more careful.
Perhaps we can discuss if combat begins, a safer place for you to be. I don't like the idea of you not being with me.
What was that?
There's all sorts of sounds out here. I know it's scary.
Perhaps when combat comes, I will just hide in your bodice. I do not want to be anywhere else, and I do not want to be without you.
There's like a pain.
It's the most innocent rat comment. Like he's like, yes,
yeah.
Hide beneath this rat is not as innocent as he seems.
I mean, it's armored, so that would be a safe place.
All right then.
All right,
Party.
drink up. Not give him water.
Yeah, he takes some water.
And like a lot of this like side brush is like pretty tall ferns, right?
Yeah, you got tall ferns, but you have various scrub brush,
Yeah.
thorn bushes, vines. It's
Yeah.
a dense, imagine the most dense of the forest that we would see here on Earth. It's
Yeah.
very much like that. Variety of flora.
Dahlia would kind of keep a lookout for like ferns mostly because those can be like her and Throg could like just lay down and then kind of roll back and forth and like
Yes.
make at least a place for us to.
There are many
Sit.
places like that where you
Yeah.
can tamp down the ferns and
Yeah.
create a bedding. Absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of keep an eye out for that.
All right. Let's bed down.
All right, so the party rests.
Bedrolls.
We do. One thing I'm going to make importantly clear to Throg is he is not to sleep flat on his back. He is to sleep leaned up against a tree, because Throg, you snore louder than two bears.
I'd say 3.
What is snore?
When you sleep, you make noise.
I call to the night.
I don't think that's what it is.
This is to the glory. The greater your strength, the more you call to the night in your sleep.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I make a history?
Dahlia tries to like pull herself into a tree to just be able to watch this conversation.
Can I make a history check to see if that's true, or if
That
he's
wouldn't
just
even be
making
history. That
stuff
would be
up?
like, I'll just, you can make an insight check, but you don't even need to. You can tell the way Throg is saying this, he believes it. There is not too much guile in Throg. You know, he's a pretty open book.
Not trying to be too serious.
Yeah, he's not too subtle.
Throg, that might be true, but you still make a lot of noise, and we're trying to be a bit quiet. Could you forego your calling to the night tonight?
But if I call to the night, the enemy comes. If the enemy comes, we crush the enemy.
If an enemy comes while we're sleeping,
Then they crush us.
And I think I look at Throg and I'm like, there's also potential that it might not be orcs who come. It could be something
much worse.
worse. Or better.
Throg, I have never been harmed.
Dahlia kind of like trying. You would see like her posture kind of straighten. Maybe it'll be good.
Throg, an overabundance
not.
of caution has never hurt anyone.
Nah.
Here?
He's so perplexed by the words you just said, overabundance of caution. But when he hears Dahlia, you see his heavy brows kind of shirk down, and he nods.
All right. Sleep is back on tree.
Thank you.
Still hope enemy comes.
You and me both.
And there's not any way within the canopy for anyone to like get up into branches and
Oh, certainly,
hammock it
yes.
up? Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get off the trail. There are trees all over this area that can be reached up to. Let me lighten this up just a little bit so it's easier for people to
okay,
see.
here's the thing. I'd have to take off my armor.
No.
Well, to sleep properly, you're gonna have to take your armor off anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, your armor has to come off every night,
Yep.
or you get no healing, and you actually would have it.
Then I'm just gonna. Can someone hold up this cloak? Thanks. She'll take off her armor, and just to make sure that decency
Do you not
is
wear
had.
like a gambeson under your armor?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
she's
do,
got. Yeah,
but
you've got underclothing.
She's
yes.
trying to be modest, and I think I'm gonna elbow him.
Okay.
Let her live.
She takes
Not
it
everyone
off.
wants to take their shirt off in front of their friends.
Puts the cloak back on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And will attempt to make her way up a tree.
Okay.
If I do it slowly.
Can I give her like a boost up?
Yeah, you can give her a boost up.
If I do it slowly and take my time, will I have to roll?
You'll have to still make a roll because
Okay.
like anyone who's ever climbed a tall tree knows even taking your time you can fall, but it's not a difficult
making a roll for it.
You
This
get
is
the
me.
boost up. Just go ahead and make the roll. What are you
Okay.
doing, Daisy Bell?
I don't add anything
Well.
to this without my armor.
I am thinking
Just
that I'm gonna use my little flowers that I have on, and I'm gonna. What would she roll?
Can I?
Oh,
I'm
no.
spotting, by the way.
Did you really? Did you really?
So funny.
I'm still there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mila's
okay.
not having a good day.
it kicked up onto.
Okay, roll again. Oh, these are the
Not
new dice you just got from Thomas, right?
Don't throw me under the bus.
Oh, we're gonna throw you under
Yes.
the bus.
Can you roll again, please?
Yeah.
Mila?
15.
Okay, that's better.
All right.
That's so
You
funny.
boost her up. She gets up like 20 feet, and you hear a branch snaps. A little squeak, like not a scream, like a. And she lands in your arms, and you catch her easily.
Okay, great. You good?
Yes.
You good? Finley okay? I like check where my hands are holding. I'm like, am I holding Finley? Am I holding Finley?
You see no sign of Finley. He's gone where he said he would. He's hiding.
He's fine. He's okay.
Maybe
Check
Daisy,
branches
do you
next
want to
time.
be on the trees?
Yes.
Yes, you're the best climber amongst
Yes.
us.
Not that you did all you could.
The branches were
That's a
thinner than
kind
I
way to put it.
expected.
I'm thinking
They're
of
slippery.
laying.
When things
Slippery.
when rain hits the branches here,
These
it
are
takes a long
excuses
time
she
to.
doesn't need.
Don't be in.
So here's my plan. I have my little throwing flowers. I'm thinking I'm gonna go on the road of either side of us where we're sleeping and kind of put them in the ground as like little traps, just in case anybody walks along the road.
Then if someone comes in and sees us, you won't have them on you.
I have blades galore.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
That way, if somebody's sneaking.
Wait.
Oh dear.
What?
7 spiders.
I don't get to put up my stuff.
No, you can. I'm not.
What?
Mila.
While Mila falls.
Mila, and when you land, Finley's little head pops up. Do you hear that?
Oh, shoot.
Oh God.
You're what?
Already?
Listen.
I listen.
Oh,
Shh.
Squelching. Gnawing. Something is
Eating?
eating.
Do you know how far? What direction?
You can't hear that?
Do I hear it?
You don't.
Do I hear it?
No.
She hasn't
I rolled,
mentioned
you
anything
didn't,
out
but
loud.
if she mentions it to you, you can roll
Well, I
again,
said
but-
shh.
Yeah, because this was passive perception check. So, yeah, go ahead and give me your.
Yeah, why not? Because
Yeah.
she tells us to quiet up.
Yeah.
That would clue me into
Everyone
listening.
listens.
Ooh, John,
what?
that's a 30. I think.
19?
21?
What's 18 plus 14?
19
Is that
plus
32?
4,
32.
23.
32.
I have a 23. I thought that was impressive, but I guess not.
This is very distant. No, this because like Finley's ears. So I use your passive perception. I rolled a nat 20
Let's
on
go.
that check for you. So what he has heard here is in a distant, but yours is good enough. The DC on this was 30. So as everyone goes silent, you can hear off perhaps a few hundred yards in the same direction you're going. And off the path you would sense to the right, something has gone off the path, and you can hear the squelch, and then you hear the scraping of teeth on bone. Something is eating,
One something?
as best you can tell. It's not immediately close to the camp. Could be no threat. But you definitely hear what Finley heard.
Good listening out. Finley here's about 100 feet off that direction where we're headed. Something is eating.
Well, then they're probably full. Maybe they're not hungry for the rest of the night.
Or they could just be starting their feeding time.
I'll take first watch.
We're going to risk a creature being within 100 yards of us and not at least check it out.
Not at night, no.
It could be a bear. And it could be doing its own
Throg.
I'll check it out.
Throg, you won't be doing that alone.
He kind of
don't go alone.
flexes.
I don't need help.
It's not that you need help.
Go alone.
And I also don't doubt that you don't, but I'm going to check on you to see how things go if they go bad.
I say we just leave it alone.
I'm not a big fan of unknowns.
I look at the two of them and I like just kind of narrow my eyes at both.
This isn't flirting.
No, it's not
this is
flirting.
definitely not
but
flirting, yes.
I'm
Kids
not.
behave.
Some sass.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of unknowns. If we have a chance to figure it out quietly,
Well, I'm a fan of sleeping.
well, why don't you get started? Put in a
Frog,
camp.
be quiet.
And he starts to walk down the forest path. As he
I'll
does,
chase behind him.
I was gonna
Yeah.
put down my
you see
flowers.
he's stepping cautiously, and his weight is just snapping branches,
This is
making
not
noise.
cautious.
Don't you have status?
Yes.
Just as a thought. I didn't know if you, Rachel. It's a spell. I don't know if you, Rachel, were thinking of that, but
I do have that.
because it's new, I didn't know if
Yeah.
you forgot about it. Click is going to follow after.
Yeah. Dahlia will kind of like parse
Frog,
into
one
the
moment.
trail.
And she is going to, yeah, I will, oh my gosh,
All right,
this
so
is going to be really
each-
cool.
so what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of like follow behind them, sort of manning that distance.
Okay,
in
so you're
between.
following also, but at a distance.
Yeah.
You're up with Throg. Are you going ahead, behind, or beside?
I'll keep beside him because I don't know if he'll let me go ahead of him.
You wouldn't know
point.
till you tried. Daisy Bell, are you
Also-
staying?
Well, I don't want to be alone.
I'm staying
Mila's
with,
gonna stay.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some what is the horse jerky and just eat some jerky while you guys go.
I don't
I'm
think we have
tired
jerky
and
yet.
I do not.
It has not been jerkified yet.
It hasn't been jerky yet.
We
It
do
ain't
have
been
we
jerked.
do have jerky. It's just unfortunately not horse jerky.
Yes.
We have that just lame cow jerky.
Yes.
that most people.
Then I'll eat some jerky. I do not feel like engaging in combat right now.
Oh my god.
Mila
Fair enough.
I didn't even get hit last time.
She places a hand around her necklace.
Translation.
And mutters,
She wants to level up. Sorry, go ahead.
O radiant
Understandable.
Lahesi, goddess of the dawn, in your celestial heart I am drawn. With a humble heart to you I pray, grant me the sight, should there be a fray. And as she says that, she draws a symbol that you know all too well across your heart. It is a triangle with a circle.
No, you don't.
And you
You know,
see it
the worst part is
light.
that symbol is literally tattooed on his chest
She
over
doesn't
his
know that.
on his heart.
And you see that symbol glow and disappear into beneath your clothes. Be careful. We'll come if there's any trouble.
Yep. I'm not gonna make you make a sense motive check. That did something. that affected him deeply.
Good.
I have one
It
for each of
should.
you guys.
Nice. Very nice. So what did that give him?
I cast status, so I'm able to keep track of
Okay,
whether
right,
he is
right.
unharmed, wounded, disabled, all of the other fun
Okay.
stuff.
Basically, track a
comes
bunch of
with it.
conditions that are applied to me.
Yes.
So you put an air tag.
It's like 360.
Yes.
All right.
It is. It is.
Sits on the ground, closes her eyes, and is concentrating very.
Yeah.
All right. So as you move forward, you slightly behind,
Yeah.
you beside Throg. He
Yes.
is making noise. You're getting closer.
I'm going to be stealthed up if I can. If Throg's going to start dragging attention, I want to be quiet. So if I need to move away, I can.
I mean, I'm not telling you need to move away. You tell me what you're doing.
I'm staying beside him, but if I can be actively trying to be
Hide in
quiet,
a shadow.
Are you trying to be quiet next to him, to the left of him, behind him, ahead of him?
we'll say just barely behind him.
Just barely behind him. Okay. You get about 30 or 40 feet down the road. You now can hear this sound.
Oh, it got closer.
No, we're just getting closer to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, so they're getting closer to it.
That's how walking works.
But
either way.
but a snap of a twig beneath Throg's massive foot, the sound goes quiet.
I stop still too. Crossbows in one hand, sap is in the other.
So you stop. But you don't make any motion to Throg, so he keeps walking.
We would have been fine.
As he steps forward, you can see there's a broken piece off the trail where a smaller trail goes. But as Throg is walking forward, you hear something dashing off into the forest.
Ooh, further away. I'm going to do like, oh, I have the ability to throw my voice. Heck yeah. I want to see if I can, you know how you can whisper in certain places, but it sounds like a close whisper, but
Yes.
you can stay quiet?
Yes.
I want to throw a whisper to Throg off of a tree if I can, in Orcish to him. Well, maybe not in Orcish if these are orcs. I'll just say in common, hold still.
Okay, yeah, no roll need to be made for that. Throg stops. You can hear the crashing of feet in the forest, moving almost perpendicular to the path, so moving to,
West.
this would be to the
Are they
south.
coming back towards me?
No, to
Okay.
the south. So the path is going east-west into the
Okay.
forest.
They're going south.
So it's heading south now,
Okay, running
to
away.
your right, away from the path, crunching through the forest.
I'm going to continue that sentence to him and just say, we may have scared it off. Get down and let's wait a second and see what happens. Trust me.
Okay. You wait a moment, and you can hear in the distance, probably to your best estimate, 50 to 75 feet off the path, the crunching stops, and you hear a
Humanoid breathing.
I guess quiet.
I've heard Throg breathe like that before.
Yes.
Not to
but-
ask if I can know what orcish breathing sounds like.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't make you roll for this. It sounds like a lone orc. And you hear it settle back down into the forest. When there's no more sound, it settles back down deeper into the forest.
Okay. Settled. It's not moving away.
You don't hear any more
It's about
sounds
that
moving.
50 to 75 feet that
Right,
you told me. And I've got a bit of a beat on direction. I'm going to whisper back up to Throg in common again. I think I hear an orc. We could potentially learn some information. I need you to remain
The moment you
calm.
say, I think I hear an orc, you see Throg's entire body quiver.
That might actually be a good thing.
He darts off,
Oh, God.
crunching through the forest,
In the direction of it?
bashing aside trees.
All right, well, I'm
yes.
chasing him.
He's bashing aside trees. He's crunching through the forest in like with an incredible pace, like raging, angry as he goes. And
Did Click do this
I don't know if they're chasing
all right, so I'm gonna let you roll for initiative for Throg. So I'm not rolling, and I'm gonna roll for the other guy.
got on Throg's ever living nerve.
I have a 3. All right. As you can barely make out, you're peering into the distance. You can see Throg's form. He is moving at an incredible pace. Huge strides. He bats aside saplings, trees that would knock you to the ground. He's just crushing through.
Yeah.
And you see a smaller form, clearly humanoid, darts up from the forest.
Okay.
And begins to run in the opposite direction. It saw him coming. What are you doing?
I'm first shouting to Throg, we need him alive! Beat him within an inch!
Okay, all right. What are you doing?
I'm running after the rest
But
of
I am
them.
also going to
I'm
use
going.
movement to give chase to
Do you
Right, so-
hear that? We
Oh
need
yeah,
them
I mean,
alive?
yes. I mean, it's only 50, 60 feet away. There's this. You hear Throg's roar, and then there's a sudden crashing, crunching through the forest.
As I'm running my hands across leaves or whatever's nearby and just whispering in Sylvan, thank you for the passage.
They got it.
While I am moving,
You're not gonna do
I'm going to
much
put
of anything.
a bolt into
passenger.
the bolt on my crossbow so that the next time I fire, it carries rope with it.
Okay. All right. So make a dex check on that. Let's call that a. Call it a reflex save, please.
Reflex
Yeah, and let's
save.
do a DC 18 on that. You're trying to run and load a crossbow at the same time.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, you've got it. You've not dropped it, but it's like this first round. It's hard. You're fumbling. You're trying to
fine.
grab it. You're close. As you're running by, make a. I don't know if there's a better thing. So do knowledge nature. I think would be the
Okay.
best choice, which you should be pretty good at.
I am pretty good at that. Not great, but oh, that's a 17 plus 7.
A 17 plus
Buy
7.
good dice.
As you run past,
that one.
you're
Your
giving
fault. That's the way you
thanks.
rolled it.
Your hand touches a tall pine, and you feel there's a resonance, and without the spoken word, a sense. Would you like us to stop one?
I knew it. They don't like him here.
Dahlia, I think, pauses for that quick moment and gives, a
You feel
squeeze
the
to the
warmth
bark.
from the bark.
And just goes, yes. And then, lets go and keeps running.
Well, no, but no. So let me be. So
You
when it
misunderstand. They said one.
It's
One.
clearly asking. It makes
There are
no
two.
differentiation between these. It's asking you one.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you say?
Yes.
You just say yes.
Yes.
Well,
You have to tell- there's two.
there's
It's a query, as in of the two.
Oh.
Is there
Between
one?
two orcs.
It senses two things running through the forest. Would you like us to stop one? It's asking you.
How would I communicate to it that I want it's the
You
one
tell me.
ahead?
You tell
I
me, because
assume.
it's a tree. It's hard to talk
It's
to.
a
You
tree.
tell me.
Go for the one ahead.
The one ahead. Okay. All right. As you're rushing forward, you're hearing this. What are the two of you doing?
We
Sharing my jerky with her.
missed a little moment.
Are you guys having like a nice time?
We are. I have my crossbow ready. It is loaded. I've got weapons perched beside me, and we are just, sharing some jerky
I was
together.
giving a play-by-play of, oh, they're running now, and then we hear the yell, and we're like,
and we cheered some jerky.
should we go?
No.
Nah,
We cheered.
they got this. Sorry, I missed that. All right.
These guys. It's fine, I guess.
We're fine.
I'll feel if you're injured, and then I'll come running.
great,
It'll be
okay.
fine.
Okay.
Slew a shaman. What more do you want from me?
Also, we heard we want him
My
alive,
hero.
which indicates 1, and there's 3 of you, and you have Throg as one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
We think you got it.
Okay. Initiative again. Oh,
I failed
DM has
your
a
roll.
1 this time.
I'm simply famished.
Can I get that bolt into my crossbow so that it's ready to go?
You'll make another reflex check on that. Again, DC 18.
No.
Okay, this is difficult. I mean, remember this
Running
brush is
in
so
a
thick.
forest,
You
yeah.
couldn't bring horses in here.
If I were to
You're-
stop my gait for just a moment to just get it done,
it would drop the DC. Or if you want to stop movement altogether, you can do it without a check.
and then Dahlia will probably pass me, right?
Yes.
I think I prefer that. I'll just stop, say screw it, and jam
You
the
hear a
bolt in
curse from Click. He stops.
Just like
You leap over.
sword kind of.
Alive!
In the distance. What's that?
Oh no, I'm just communicating
Oh.
what's happening
No.
Sure,
via
buddy.
the status. 'cause
In
I
the
know how far
distance.
away you
He's a
are.
brawler.
You could see Throg. He stops. He rips a tree out of the ground. Something a good
Oh my
like
God.
this stick around. He pulls it. Roots scatter dirt everywhere, and as he does, he lifts it over his head. You see the figure as though getting further away, and then suddenly, you can off in the distance see one of the pines just drops a limb right in
Nice.
its path. Boom! Clotheslines
on my ear.
the running figure. You lost your ears. His ears are off. Clotheslines the running figure. You feel a thrum of satisfaction up through the loam into your feet. Like the forest is communicating with you here. As the orc hits the ground, Throg is upon it, and in an instant, you see. So you asked him not to kill,
I
correct?
said we need him alive, beat him within an inch, is what I said.
All right.
You would hear too, as like Dahlia sees that branch, just kind of like, laughter like a babbling brook out of her mouth as she is like still running, and I think you would see like a peek into years that you missed
Yeah, this is
as
creepy.
she's running ahead of you.
I like it.
Towards
love
this.
it.
So fey of you,
yeah.
laughing as your enemy is injured mid-combat.
It's really funny.
It is.
The
It is.
trees.
It is.
They got you.
So as this happens, you see Throg. When he sees this happen, he tosses that tree that he had just grabbed, and with his bare hands, gauntleted now with these knoll gauntlets that he has, you see him slam down. Even in the darkness, you have dark vision or infravision?
I have dark vision.
Dark vision, yeah. You just see a spray of something as his hands clamp down.
We'll hope it
There's a
spits.
squealing like a pig to slaughter that comes from the ground, and you see Throg. On here. Oh my gosh. He hefts this creature up in the night. You see feet
the
dangling. So, Throg is a good, 8+ feet tall. This creature looks like it's maybe 6.5 feet tall, decent sized orc. Its feet are dangling and he has it by the neck. All right, what are you doing?
I'll be catching up. I did spend this turn stopping to load that bolt
Right,
into the
so you're a
crossbow,
bit
although it
behind.
appears useless now. But it'll be ready to go, I guess. But I will be catching up.
Okay, what are you doing,
I'm
Dahlia?
gonna keep running up.
All right, so you're within like 15 feet.
Yeah.
You see Throg has his hands on the neck of this orc. Are you doing or saying anything?
I would just say, let him breathe a little.
Let him what?
Let him breathe a little to Throg as I kind of run up and
Make a
catch my
diplomacy check.
Yeah.
Come on,
I don't know,
girl.
man.
Come
breath.
on,
We'll try.
girl. Come on, girl.
We're gonna try.
Oh,
Hold on.
that was.
Wouldn't happen if
Do you have any
Nat
plus?
20.
Nat 20?
20.
Roll again, just for
two.
fun. Just for fun.
just for
That's a 1.
Why would you say
Indicate.
just for fun?
No, okay, well, because there could have been other things that would have happened. So, you see the muscles in the shoulders slack a little bit when he hears your voice,
Yeah.
and Throg takes one hand off. He's still holding this creature dangling by the legs from one hand. His thick neck turns.
Why?
He might have answers we need.
Click replies in Orcish. Alive! He's wolf and has answers.
This orc's life hangs in the balance. As you look down, Dahlia, you see you can see what was being chewed upon. There's a human foot laying in the soil, tendons hanging out, 3 toes gone, orc gnaw bites all over this foot. Throg was prepared to twist this orc's neck off. Instead, he turns. As the orc squeals, he still has a hold of it enough to, kind of crush the larynx a bit. You just hear a wheezing squeal coming from it, and he holds it out like an offering to Dahlia.
Then speak to it.
I look to you.
Throws his crossbow.
His crossbow.
Do I see any insignia on him?
All right, so what you see as you look at it is... oops, hold on, wrong page.
Throg.
Typically, I would have this stuff all committed to memory, but again, I came in late last night. So it's a medium-sized, lightly muscled orc, maybe a scout. Lightly muscled orc, maybe a scout.
Okay.
It's got dark green skin and it's wearing patchwork of armor. You do see one of its tusks is deformed. It's like a spiral
neat.
tusk that comes out. And
Good
it's
for opening wine.
and it's
Any on its armor? Is there any symbol?
I know what you're asking. You do not see that. No.
What I would like to do is, well, he's already freaking grabbed by Throg. This dude's scared out of his mind, I bet. I will confidently stride up to him, dropping my crossbow, kind of angrily, and pull out a blade and point it up to his throat that Throg already has held pretty tightly. And we'll begin to just slowly chuckle a little bit at him. Thought you could get away. All in Orcish.
You see eyes already wide go a bit wider.
It's not that easy from an elf like me. And I give him a big wide grin, showing lots of teeth.
Okay. He's listening to you. You sense surprise that you speak Orcish, but clearly he's much more intimidated by the creature that has him by the neck, dangling feet off the ground.
All right.
So for those of you that know the old school stuff, think like Wrath of Khan, when he early in Star Trek movie 2, Wrath of Khan lifts up by he's got him by the neck,
I love
facing.
That's good imagery. Yeah. You come from a tribe. You're not on your own. Which one? And I'll motion for Throg to move his thumb a little bit off if he can.
Throg reluctantly reaches up with his offhand, grabs a mat full of hair, and pulls his arm off. You see blood begins pouring from the throat where the gauntlets were, and now he's dangling it from the hair. The orc.
I know nothing. I was just hungry.
Where did you come from?
Nice elf. I like elves.
You don't like an elf like me, now speak. Where did you come from?
Of course. We're the forest. Have a few friends.
I stab him in the thigh. I don't need lies. Speak truth.
We follow the Grave Lord! We follow the Grave Lord! We're headed back with the caravan! We got some slaves! No elves! No elves! Just pitiful humans! Good tasting feet! I'm
any
sorry!
dwarves?
I just wanted a snack!
I stab him in the foot.
Ah!
Shut your mouth while I speak.
Grave Lord.
Any dwarves? Just humans.
You mean nah, we tried that one. Lost 3 men. Couldn't get that one.
Where did she go?
I went on north. Took bodies of 2 of the tribe. Game and Thorman. Nailed them to the back of the wagon.
Well deserved. The monsters. You eat people like they're nothing.
No people, just humans.
What's that little smile on your face I see?
No, that was the DM, not
No,
him.
I'm going to take advantage of it whether he
Okay, all
smiles
right,
or
yeah,
not.
all right, yeah.
You're a little happy to see me. Are you see your next meal?
Don't like elf meat.
No, but elves like me love orc meat.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
Orcs don't like elf meat.
but a happy little fellow like me does. I'm hoping to reference what I might know as a orc myth in the area.
Okay.
Of.
So is there? I know what you're doing in the skill. Is there a check for that, or?
I mean, I can roll intimidation if you want. I just want to.
But it's more than intimidation. You're trying to sort of ply to a local myth, and does such a local myth exist? Mm-hmm. Are you planting it in his mind, or does it tie to something he knows? What's that?
Could be bluff. Could be diplomacy.
Yeah, I think bluff would make more sense.
Okay, I'll roll that real quick. 20 non-natural.
You see his eyes just like they go to slits, and he gets very quiet.
Throg.
He tries to bat a couple of times at Throg's arm. Throg just smacks him on the back of the neck.
The second he
goes
tries
still.
to bat, that same laughter that he would have heard distantly as the concussion set in from the tree branch kind of returns to Dahlia's mouth. As she
Click
kind
will
of,
join, and if he even
leans.
can, he wants to kind of throw that laughter around a little bit, let it echo off of some nearby trees.
Ooh, okay.
We are not good people.
No, you are not good people.
This jerky's really good.
As the
That's why
babbling,
it's good that you guys are here.
as Dahlia's babbling brook laughter echoes off of the trees, you see once again Throg makes eye contact with her, and he doesn't speak the words, but it's the words he's spoken twice now, and but there's a glint of appreciation in his eyes, and the orc.
What do you want? Anything you want to know?
What does the wolf tribe mean to you?
That's my tribe, but we follow the Grave Lord now.
How many strong are you?
Hands and fingers, toes, lots.
How many orcs would it take to count them?
Orcs would take
He's got to do that.
he looks at Dahlia for help. No, he
Doesn't even know how to really.
Three or four sets of fingers and toes.
A lot of orcs. Got it. Writing it down.
60 to 80.
If I answer, you let me go.
and he's looking at you. You see Throg's, he can't see him because Throg is holding him up. Throg is like,
Click gives a big wide smile to him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Throg out loud, because I don't want that name to be known if there are other orc scouts nearby or anything weird going on. I'll instead just say friend
orc math is hard.
to Throg. Friend? Shall I do the honors or shall you?
I think Dahlia would kind of like look at Click and just be like, "Come on."
You say that there's not even an inch of hesitation, and I mean he's fully grappled. I mean,
Before you take him,
20.
you have one last chance.
When you said that, there was no lie. When the moment you said that, you see Throg.
Sorry.
Throg. Yeah, sorry. The wrong phrasing there.
Fair.
Yeah, you see Throg's left arm comes around the neck. His right hand, and he just rips the head right off. You see jugular fluids fountaining off the creature as the legs just sort of twitch, and the face makes the most surprised look. The jaw kind of moves a moment as the blood spurts out, and Throg just throws it down. He wipes the blood on his chest and under his eyes.
Yeah.
Dahlia kind of at that one. If I had the ability, which I think I might, to like kind of re-put up that tree that he had picked up.
Yeah, it'll take you a few minutes. But
yeah, as I kind of re-put that up, sort of dig space for it, put it back. As I pull back soil, it's that's covered in blood, and just kind of pats down and just goes,
Let me write that down.
"May this nourish you well," and kind of re-stand up, covered in dirt and blood. What else is new?
Throg, I appreciate your restraint for as little time as you were able to give me. We learned a lot.
He stomps right past you, does not even acknowledge your words. And you see there's a fire in his eyes. His chest is heaving. He doesn't do any harm to you, but he just moves right past you.
As he gets a distance, I'll just shout to him, "You did good work."
He stomps on, leaving you and Dahlia in the darkness.
By himself?
Oh, I'm keeping him and
Okay.
I shot as we kind of walk ahead.
Didn't realize you were planning on coming along. It seems like Throg did have it handled.
I think Dahlia kind of looks to this like pinata of viscera, and is just like, yeah. It is a wonder to see you do your work, though. Don't let that go to your head. And I like pat him on the back and I keep walking.
It's never easy to see stuff like that again.
Again?
Blood everywhere. They may be monsters, but they still have...
All the same stuff.
It's harder. Can kill a spider, kill a gnoll. Gnolls are right on that line, but orcs. Look at Throg. Just ripped a man's head clean off of his body. It's not easy for me. And I was ready to kill him. I knew Throg would do it anyways.
Okay. Unless there's anything else, in a few moments you guys make yourselves back to the camp.
Coming back.
You see Throg come back first.
Are you hurt?
Yeah, because you
He
see.
just immediately gets up and starts walking over.
Well, you're up in the tree, aren't you? Did you?
No.
Oh, you didn't try again after that? Oh, you really? That was it. One and discouraged. All right. So
Look,
Look, her step stool isn't
you lost
there
your
anymore.
boost.
Yeah.
I lost my boost.
You see
That's
Throg
my
come walking
official
back,
title.
and yeah, he's
Step
covered in
stool.
blood. You have that initial reaction of fear, but as you get closer to him, what?
No, that's
Yeah. You see, as you get closer to him, you see
Yes.
there are ritual marks, like the blood has been drawn with fingers, blood has been put across his cheeks. But you see there is a fire in his eyes. He works that massive jaw, tusks grinding audibly from it. He stomps right past, goes to that patch of ferns, and just falls down on the patch of ferns, ignoring you.
Well, golly.
He's not
Looks
sitting
like
up.
we missed something.
He's not sitting up, no.
No. He's calling it a night. And
You
he's
just hear his
looking
chest heaving.
for
Well, I'd like to see what was on the other end of that.
You don't. Yeah, as we turn around the corner,
You see Dolly and Click come walking up.
you do not.
Oh.
We found an orc.
What happened?
There was a scout. Gnawing on
Okay.
a foot.
Thoden got away.
Thoden survived.
Well,
Robert, no references like that.
Maybe
Come on,
more
bro.
than survived.
However, a number of her men did not. And they took them as slaves. If we were to continue in this direction, we might find one of their camps, but we learned they have at least 60 to 80.
okay,
in
we
number.
cannot find 60 to 80 orcs.
You're right.
You know that, right?
I agree.
Okay, thank you.
But we're
Wait,
gonna
how'd you
try
get 60 to
help.
80?
He said on 3 to 4, he could count it on hands and toes. So
that's
20
20.
times
Right, right.
3 to 4. I got 60 to 80. That's where I'm going at.
Assuming the orc's math is right, correct.
Yes. And assuming he wasn't counting, he's missing
And
3
assuming
fingers.
everyone's
or 2
got
toes.
all
the
their
same number of
parts.
toes and fingers.
Click
yes.
is going to go on the worst end of things
Okay,
than the
well
better end
done,
of
yes.
things.
But we're still gonna try. I mean, we don't have to fight them, but you guys
Well,
are
what
stealthy.
do you think will happen if we come into the presence of 60 to 80 orcs? They're gonna play jacks with us?
No. But if we're able to find out where the slaves are, maybe we can get some out.
Well, we need reinforcements.
I was about to say, we could play this smarter than we are. Mila,
Well, I sure hope so.
you're a member of the Brothers.
Yes.
From what I've learned about them that you've told, they fight these very evils.
Yes, but they are miles away.
Who's to say they can't come to us? We're going to be heading north anyways.
How would I get them a missive?
Are they not located in Kemi, where we plan to go? Is that
They-
not where you first met them?
They are, but that's
Just a thought.
by walking. It took me a month to get there. By the time we would get back, these people would. Who knows? I do agree that we cannot do it alone.
We cannot save everyone. And those words feel like poison coming out of his mouth.
Her teeth just grit at that.
We left the city knowing full well something bad would be happening there. We are here to save people, yes. But if we die in the process, no one survives. And nothing is made better. I don't know the answer. I don't. I just know that is a lot, potentially, to deal with. And we are 4 of us.
5.
With an orc who could help us. Yes, 5, you're right.
I think Mila is just gonna. Does Throg has his own bedroll of sorts, right?
No. No, he's just he has refused any such thing. Yeah,
face planted a bunch of
he just planted in a bunch of ferns, rolled around a few times, but he's laying quietly. There's no snoring. You just hear the heavy breathing. You get the distinct sense he's listening.
I'm gonna take off my cloak and go over to Throg and kind of bundle it up and lightly place a hand on a very small hand on his very large arm and say, do you want something for your head?
For your head?
For your head? And I'll kind of try to scooch the cloak
little
that I
pillow.
bundled up under his head.
As you lay your hand, again, it's hard not to be stunned, not just by the thickness of the musculature, but the skin feels like it's on fire. There is heat emanating from his form, and also the skin it's not smooth, it's leathery to the touch. As you lay your diminutive hand on it, you feel he tenses a bit. Tender touch, almost as though threatening to him. He relaxes a bit.
No, thank you, no. But, Mila,
Yes?
don't care how many orcs. I will kill them all. Every single one.
with that, he just kind of turns over.
There is a question lingering on the tip of her tongue.
You're welcome
but
to
as
ask.
he turns, she'll give a little pat and get up and go back. We can talk about this in the morning.
Anything else the party's doing before rest? Sorry, go ahead, click.
It's a waste of time. We need to be. There is no time to waste on sleep if we can plan now.
There's also potential that Thoden has already run off to go find people.
You're worried about these people dying in days. Why waste time now? Why go?
Because we need sleep. What good are we gonna be without sleep?
I agree. I know it's frustrating.
Perhaps the two of you can go. Take a rest. Dolly and I will take watch.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Someone has to watch us.
I was willing to take first. Finley is very good at listening.
It's fine. You obviously need some sleep anyways. Go get some rest. I mean it sincerely.
How about you and I take watch?
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I need to go get my sleep.
See, Daisy Bell wanders off. Hammock, is that right? Hammock stretched between two trees and kind of primps her hair a bit as she gets in.
Dahlia, a person who's not the best at reading some social cues, looks at the tension in this clearing and goes, I don't know. What should I sleep?
Yes.
Okay. And, like, just kind of walks to, I think, sort of the corner where the ferns are and just lays there, like, unsure of what to do.
As you leave, another callback. Click gives you a. As you go. But that is much more
I
knowing.
think if there's a moment
than it
that
ever
Mila
previously
kind of
was.
like turns as I'm like trying to back into the tree line, I look at Click and I just mount and like just
Literally what you said last time.
I just lay down sort of like a cadaver in this bunch of ferns.
Now, how close do you, like, so Throg is over there as well. Are you on the same side, opposite side?
I'm on the opposite side,
Opposite
but I
side
think
of Throg,
like
okay.
has turned her back towards the woods line to not look at these two, just fully still listening and just like,
Faking.
good
being
night.
sleepy. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Night.
All right.
We are in a lot tighter packed area at the moment, and so as they're sitting, she'll kind of take one half of the tree and kind of pat to the other side for you. So we have
Plop down. Crossbow on his lap, ready to shoot at anything that comes their way.
and I'll wait. She'll wait a little bit, just in silence.
Okay.
Oh, before I went to bed, I wanted to do my little flowers on either side.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Yeah.
ground.
So you like plant the flowers.
Yeah.
in the
We did
ground,
that
yes.
while
Yeah.
they were.
Oh, well, they would have stepped in them on their way back.
We could have told them to avoid it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Caltrops, as was said earlier in the
Yes.
chat. Yeah, hashtag BlueBoxRPG for the two giveaways today. We have a $50 gift card to Trollord Games and a hardback original copy of the Player's Handbook for Castles and Crusades that we're giving away. We'll be doing all that after the break we'll have here in a couple of minutes. We'll time that break at the appropriate point. The appropriate point is not now.
At some point during the awkward silence, Click would just start whistling.
It's a good song.
He's one heck of a singer.
He is very talented. I've had some time to reflect since our last conversation, and while I don't expect forgiveness, I do want to offer a heartfelt apology. What I did by stealing and reading your journal was unequivocally wrong. A blatant violation of whatever trust you had instilled in me. You have, and had, every right to be upset, and I won't contest that in the slightest. However, I hope you'll grant me the opportunity to clarify a few points. I know I said I wouldn't try to change your mind, but I want you to understand my perspective before you fully make your decision.
Well, first you have my thanks for an actual apology this time.
You shouldn't have to thank me for that.
But yes, feel free.
You hear kind of the shift in the grass and leaves and twigs as she kind of readjusts and takes a different sitting position, a little straighter. When we were forced to part ways all those years ago, all I wanted was to keep some part of you all with me. You were my first true friends. The ones that made me feel like I had a glimpse of what home meant. For 7 long years, I believed I was corresponding with you, sharing my joys and dreams, and I thought you were doing the same. I was convinced that Click and David were synonymous. I believed that David was just a name you had adopted to escape the world of thievery that we had all left behind. For 7 long years, I considered you my best friend. Then, when we reunited, finally, I realized that that wasn't the case. David and Click were 2 separate entities, and I had been utterly oblivious to this fact. This revelation left me with countless unanswered questions and turned a story that I thought was complete to a puzzle with so many missing pieces I couldn't even guess what the final picture was supposed to be. And I won't defend my actions because they were wrong. But that's the state I found myself in, and it's what I've been trying to recover from ever since. I want to emphasize that the expectations I had are not your fault. It is not your fault that I am grieving what I thought was true. You couldn't have told me without risking your safety, and I could not have expected anything different. I don't hold you responsible for this, and I don't see you as an obstacle. When I said I want to understand and know you, it wasn't because of David. It is not lost on me that I knew you first. I genuinely care about both of you, and those feelings aren't mutually exclusive. I want to be friends with you and with David, separately and together. I don't aim to fix you because I don't believe you're broken. I don't harbor any ill will towards you, and I'm not sure what I said to have given you that impression. I apologize if I made you feel any less than for the decisions you made. If I were in your position, I cannot honestly say I would have chosen any differently, considering I can't comprehend the pain and suffering you have endured living with the only person you have ever known who also happens to share your body. When you disappeared for 5 days, I didn't search for you not because I didn't care or worry about you. Until this morning, I thought that you could come out whenever you wanted to. I believed that your absence was a conscious decision on your part to take some time for yourself and process the mass amounts of information that had been thrown upon you. The one time I had attempted to get you to come out, it wasn't to make things easier. It was to protect both yours and David's identities, something that you have said many times is a priority of yours. As far as we know, Mateo is aware of little more than the fact that you two are friends. If David, in his sick stupor, had slipped up, it could have jeopardized both of your lives further. If I had known that you were trapped or unable to emerge, I would have done anything in my power to help. Your other points were not wrong. I am acutely aware of my own failures and mistakes.
As you're speaking, you see there are little wisps of yellow light that are filtering around the forest as Daisy Bell and Dahlia and Throg have gone silent, and you don't hear any snoring from Throg. These little lights seem to dance and flit around as though attracted to the emotion.
I'm sure you can relate when I say I carry them with me every day. They haunt me like my own shadow. Every time I see Daisy or think of Dahlia, every time I remember Kemi, every time I feel Finley on my shoulder, it is a reminder. And I don't need additional ones. Before my 10th year, I cradled cold, sick, and starving people as they took their final breath. Every day I questioned myself, wondering if there was something more I could have done. I think of Marcus and wonder if I had been silent, if I had been stronger, if I had done any other thing differently on my part. It might have meant his survival or the lives of countless others. There hasn't been a single day that's passed that I haven't thought about Katya. Not a day where I don't reflect on all of the incredible and wonderful things she could have achieved if I had died in her stead. She could have done so much. And that is a burden that I bear on my own. You know nothing of my experiences, just as I know nothing about yours. And just as it is not my place to judge you, it is not your place to judge me. I do plenty of that on my own. Whether we like it or not, we are all connected. We are a team. We're a family. I know that when people are hurt and angry, they often say things they don't truly mean. But there are healthier ways to express those emotions. During our conversation, you deliberately uttered some profoundly hurtful and cruel words. And while these were directed at me, it seems that previous words were also shared with Dahlia. If you need constructive ways to express these feelings, I've found a lot of ways to handle them myself. And if not me, I know Dahlia has as well. I don't expect you to depend on me anytime soon. But if you ever feel like you need someone to turn to when there's no one else, I'm here. Lastly, I feel I must also make it clear that if you speak to me or anyone else in this group in such a hurtful manner again, I cannot tolerate it. We are all that we have right now, and I won't let you dig yourself into a place of no return with us.
Cannot tolerate you.
That's my piece.
Silence for for a while, but I imagine that we were on different angles of the tree. He never once looked over at you
Yeah.
as
Okay.
She
keeping
didn't
it
try
back.
to reach that.
But eventually he will raise a shaking hand over to her shoulder. We could always do better.
Always.
And he'll lean over and you can see his face is just drenched in tears.
Hers too. She's a mess. She's just gonna pull you into a hug.
Mila, I am so sorry.
Me too.
I don't mean... You're right. I don't know, I didn't mean to hurt you, but I wanted you to hurt. So angry.
And I'm so sorry. As I said, you had every right to be. I know that if someone had done that to me, I would have
Do
been so
not
hurt.
make excuses for my actions, and don't try and make excuses for the past of yours. We move on
As best we can.
as best we can. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I am anymore. Life worked for 7 years. For me, it worked for about 4. But it's different now. I never had to explain it to anyone else.
It's new.
It is frightening. And that is not a feeling I enjoy.
And yet you're here. And you're trying.
I took out a great deal of anger on you for way, way more than you stealing that journal.
I know.
You say you grieved the loss of the reality you thought you knew. I relate to that very much. My life changes every day with you. I thought it would be easier having you all back. A comfort I had once known so well and longed for. You all were my home.
Mine too. The first one I was happy in.
I told myself it was Altamira that made them. Made home. It is the people, not the place. And the moment I gave up on you, I failed that. And I am sorry I did.
She's going to grab the wrist that has the bracelet on it.
Which I'm not wearing today,
It's fine. Just pretend.
because I'm done.
I don't think you ever gave up. Maybe you said you did, but It's still here. Something that I learned over the course of many hard years is that while nothing good ever lasts, nothing bad does either.
You would notice a bit of a disagreement wash over Click's face. Yes.
No, I saw that.
What?
Say it.
Bad things go away with time, sure. And I don't mean this the wrong way, but you don't get locked inside of your own body every time you wake up.
That's true.
Unable to do anything. To act. I despise imprisonment, and yet every morning I wake a prisoner. My feet move of their own. My mouth speaks words I don't. My heart feels feelings I did not tell it to feel. Bad things. David is not a bad thing. And do not think I am saying that.
I know how much you care for him.
I just wish he could have the freedom of being a full man. As do I. And that is something that you cannot fix. And I do not ask you to, and I don't think anyone can. So, I apologize if I mildly disagree with what you said.
Disagreement is good. Thank you for telling me. Is it... And feel free to not answer. Is it always like that?
How do you mean?
When you're not there, does it... Are you present in a way?
It comes and goes in waves, but... Have you ever been in water before? Water that you could not touch the bottom of?
Yes. I crossed several rivers to get to New Haven.
I have never once been in an ocean. And yet every morning I feel like I am drowning in one. I can see, I can feel, but to bat against the waves. It is complicated. Things are complicated.
You hear a strange, like, sing-songy sound coming from Daisy's.
Hey, what's your AC?
Go ahead and roll and ask if it hits.
They're awake.
I have a 14 plus.
Well, it's Dex based, so
It's definitely gonna hit.
It would be your missile weapon attack. So
goodness.
yeah, it's gonna hit. 'Cause
You
she's-
feel a pebble hit you hard, like from the hammock, just, and then
So you're wakened from sleep. Something hit you.
But you were waking from sleep?
Yeah, she was asleep.
Oh! What?
You hear a grunt in the darkness, and there is
slaughters. We're all gonna fucking die.
And Throg rolls over. You know the words that were said.
I do.
And they were not good.
They weren't.
And with that, we go. Bravo. We're a fantastic role play, the two of you.
Incredible
So
work.
well done. So both of you have inspiration. Love that.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Mila, I'm going to give you 2 inspiration. That initial, like, that was so
Not a minor
beautiful. That
feature
was
or
so
anything
well
for
done.
the 1 year, John? For the one? It's the 1 year.
Well, there's still time to go. Who knows? All right, so we're going to go to our one and only break. It's hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. There is more to come, so don't leave. We are going to give away the $50 gift card to Troll Lord Games and also the hardcover original book of the TLG Player's Handbook and for Castles and Crusades. And we might do some other stuff. We'll see how that goes. It'll be a brief 5-minute break. Do not leave us. And thank you for the subs. Ultra Fart Lord, haven't seen you in a while. My good friend.
It was so
Yes.
great in the midst of that conversation
Yes.
to be like, wow.
It's been a while. UFL's
5 gift subs from Ultra
UFL's a
Fart Lord.
long-time follower, long-time fan.
Glad that every time
People
I
have been
give the
busy, but thank you.
monologue, that is
It is
emotional.
September,
Something funny
so
happens.
this is our last Sunday stream in September. We appreciate that. Blue Box will be right back.
Dang.
The whole time.
Great
My
job.
song.
Yes.
Maybe you'll catch it one day.
Thank you, Tracy.
It's
We
not your
appreciate
song.
that.
Were you singing the?
No,
Which
it's
is a different
it's
song?
a different song.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is not what Click thought was going on.
Oh.
Oh,
I
you
definitely
thought she was
thought-
summoning. Oh, no, no,
I thought
no.
she was humming the song because she was
Oh.
practicing it in her sleep.
No,
No, I almost did that when before I went to sleep. Like when I heard you
The whistle?
first. Yes, I was gonna start whistling with you.
Also was a different song, by the way.
Oh, it was.
That was
Okay.
Click.
As always, yes, we leave the mics on during the break.
Yes, because I'm a masochist and I wrote 3 songs.
Yeah, and they're all really good.
Okay, well then I'm glad I
do
didn't
have a
start
couple chambered,
whistling
yeah.
because.
Hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. We'll be back. There is still more game to be played.
I just it's so much.
Oh, just moving your legs.
Well, no, like when I had rubber bands under the rest of mine, and once I got to the part of the whole thing where I'm talking about the markets and all of that, I started shaking.
Yes, of course you may. Is it too warm in here?
No, I thought it was fine.
Thank you, all of you mad chatters. Oh, catchy cantrips. Wow, 25 on the raid. Thank you so much, crew. Good to see our friends. They've been so consistent. All you blue box folks, if you're not following Catchy Cantrips, you should be. Good friends of ours, regular raiders, fun channel. Give them a follow. We're on break. We'll be back in just a moment. We have some cool giveaways today. We're giving away a $50 gift card to Trollord Games. It's our 1-year anniversary of the Tears of Aihrde, which is based on the TLG setting of Aihrde. And also, we have a hardback version of the Player's Handbook to give away today. So it's going to be a couple of really cool giveaways here in the next hour. Thank you, Radavibe, for the follow. Thank you, everyone, for the follow. We're coming back. Oh, by the way, our players are in cosplay, so if you've just joined, you got to check out this cool cosplay.
Hello.
So dexterous. Never bumping the camera anymore, Cameron.
I know.
You
It
are.
only took me a year, right?
You are lithe. All right.
Thomas isn't gonna come back. He quit the stream.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Understandable. Mila was
after the
really
conversation.
well. She gave him a threat. She said,
Yeah.
"Never again. I will not tolerate it."
Yeah.
Right. So.
Sorry. And he said,
All right. We'll come back here and
It
get
was
things
a
started. We
threat
have one player to come.
and a promise.
So again, thank you for the raid, Catchy Cantrips with
Thank
25.
you.
All of you followers that just
Yes.
popped in, we appreciate that. We are in full cosplay. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the Tears of Aihrde stream. So we're giving away a $50 gift card to TLG's website. All kinds of cool stuff there. They've got new things. They've got a new Kickstarter coming out. All kinds of content from our friends at TLG. And we're giving away this brand new hard copy version of the Player's Handbook for Castles and Crusades. For those of you that are old school, you'll recognize this glorious homage to the original Player's Handbook D&D AD&D 1E that had the demon statue, which had the gem eye, was being carved out by the thieves. This is that redone in
Welcome
the
back.
2020s. It is a glorious image.
to say,
We're going to give away both
Having
those
been
things.
here is
Thank
a
you
lot
again,
easier.
our friends at
you can
Catchy
follow.
Cantrip. So
follow.
quickly around the room,
That's
you
where
see
you wanted
Dahlia. Dahlia is our Verdant Blood Ranger. She's got the ears, she's got the tattoos, she's got the hair, she's got the freckles, even
wish I
on,
had the tattoos.
on your hand. You got
That's
the
where I
freckles.
dab them on first before I dab them
Oh,
on
okay,
my
yeah,
face,
yeah. It's got the
so.
freckles
That's
on the
good.
More
hands and the
practical
face.
than anything.
We've got Click with a brand new jacket, looking fly. Show the tattoo,
Tatted
and the
Fresh.
he's all tatted up, looking
My
good.
scar has rubbed off from me stress.
Scars become less and less obvious as you get older. So
Yeah.
we've
How's your palm looking?
We've got Mila with the amazing, the purple hair streak, the eyes, the eyes.
Purple. Is it purple? He's purple.
White.
What is it?
Or what?
white.
Not anymore.
That doesn't look white from here.
It's gray.
It's because her hair's
Okay,
so
okay, all right, sorry. Right. Well, gray,
He's
white.
colorblind.
I'm not purple colorblind.
The white would be a
Yeah,
wild form of
yeah, exactly.
colorblindness.
Yeah.
In fact, I learned about colorblind.
I do struggle with purple and blue sometimes, though. Like, I do get those mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
And then we have Daisy Bell, which honestly, I'm not just
So
saying it because
good.
she's my wife. This is your best cosplay yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
the
know.
The
whole
yellow
outfit.
skirt underneath.
It's so
I wish you guys could
Yeah,
see
the
like
yellow.
the whole thing.
Could you?
Please
Would you mind
stand.
standing? They can see the skirt real quick.
The skirt.
They got the yellow
Yeah.
skirt
So
like Daisy
cute.
Bell, the vest, and
The
then
hair
the
is-
hair.
Yes.
The
hair is
hair
so
has
good.
never looked better.
Yeah.
The
It's
hair.
incredible.
The hair looks like
Is it
absolutely.
comfortable?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hair
God, I
is
wish that was
comfortable.
me.
Clips, yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone, you sleep.
It's a devourer cosplay.
Yeah, I've already done the roll, so you sleep.
Horrifying.
You sleep reasonably soundly
Just
through the
not-
night, though.
I come
To
in
be
with
sure,
like paper mache. It's just-
there are the echoing sounds of the forest. Sorry, I'm trying to rope you guys in here because we have limited time.
You're good?
Echoing sounds from the forest, but nothing bothers you during the evening. Pay no mind to this. This is a possible contingency. It's not anything you're seeing now. I'm using it for music.
Sure.
No, seriously. I'm using it for music. So you,
Not that I can see it anyways, so it's fine.
as you wake up the following morning, call it a fitful sleep. Any normal rest will be at 1 hit point each.
1 hit point per level.
No.
Or just
No, just one hit point.
one hit point.
Yeah, I do 1 to 4 based on.
If you wanted
yeah.
to use any spells before you went to bed,
That.
Yeah, you could have done that.
I will just. I mean, it's 46. I heal up full.
Okay.
Are you at full, Jenny? You didn't take any damage that fight, did you?
Thank you, Amanda. We probably will go a bit long today.
No one took damage except
Well,
for me.
she
I did
healed
not.
it,
I
but
did
she
not
did
go
take
on
damage.
that fight.
I took a little damage that fight, but
We played it pretty smart.
Okay, so I leveled up.
All right.
Yay!
So tell us what you've chosen for skills or feats.
Have you even?
Have you
no.
looked? No? Okay. We'll do that after stream.
She's
roll your hit die.
Come on, girl.
big money, no whammy.
So you're at level 5 now, right?
It's a
You
D8.
roll you got this.
D8, and you have to get a water higher.
She has no. Yeah.
Oh, no.
You have no
No,
problem.
Anything she rolls, she keeps.
No,
No, it's a
Bless
10.
you.
that's an 8. All right, come on.
No.
Roll big
Not that
or
I can
go
tell,
home.
but I also
Great.
am not wearing.
2? Can I re-roll?
What's your con?
No, not on a 2, I don't think.
What's your con?
Look on your
Girl,
character
we're
sheet.
both rolling
That is
awful
crap, and I
on our-
demand a re-roll.
You can't demand.
is
It's our
crap, and I demand
year,
a reroll, she
John.
said.
Come on. It's our 1 year. Come on.
You need to
Let us play.
What's that?
0 is my con.
+0. So technically, yeah, 2.
Yeah, that's just all you
stands.
get.
Yeah.
You get 2
I'll
hit
tell you
points.
what.
It's a 1 year.
Because it's 1 year, and because there's been a lot of role play here that you didn't get to participate in, so you've been very patient. Wait. What? No, there's a consequence to this.
Crap.
You have to
If
tell
you
me
roll
one
a 1,
secret.
If you roll a 1, you keep it.
Oh,
If you roll a 2,
do not roll a 1.
She-
Okay.
She's a risky woman.
you,
Oh
you,
my
you have
gosh.
no
This is so
whatever this
scary.
is, you keep.
3.
Okay, you got that extra point.
What are you upset about? You just got one more
You got an extra
HP.
hit point. All right.
It's one more than I have.
Here. As you wake up the following morning, it is barely discernible from night. The thinnest rays of sun, like a travail of passage, going through each of these leaves in the canopy, just a few tiny rays here and there. Still dark vision necessary, but there does seem to be a lifting of the ominous presence. And you note Throg as you wake up. He is leaning against a tree, his eyes still shut, his mouth lolled open.
It's kind of pretty.
Morning, everyone.
David,
Good morning, David.
Where are we?
Twilight Woods.
You would see that Dahlia has like her tongue bit with the word "in your nightmare," like pulling back, but then it's like, no, that's mean, and decides not to.
How deep?
About half a day's journey.
Just a little,
Roughly.
not too, a little.
Throg is covered in blood.
Oh,
but
wait,
don't
David's
pay any
up?
mind
Yes.
to it.
You wake up and you see they're talking to. You recognize the.
Well, I do feel mighty rested.
Oh, good morning, Daisy.
Daisy.
David deflates as well.
No, wait.
In the middle of the Twilight Woods.
I throw another
In
pebble
the middle of the Twilight Woods.
Daisy, I agree.
Deep breath.
No, hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
For what?
You hear Throg kind of stirring. He's waking up under the racket. of this.
Okay. We.
And there's no monsters? We're good?
Oh!
Not at the moment.
For now! For now!
Scare him more.
Oh! Wait a minute. David, sing your song. Sing your song. Get him back. Now! Get him back!
Hey, you do understand this is rude, right?
No! Do you understand this is all life?
He's proven quite capable.
In the Twilight Woods?
No,
He's capable in his shop!
No, you're totally right. Secrets. And the camp is going to start putting itself back together as an unseen servant begins walking around, putting the camp back up.
is
David
fun.
reaches down to
It's
his
a
necklace of
good
unseen
trick.
servant, says secrets, and starts having the camp
Mila,
start putting
it's
itself
fine
away.
trick. It's a fine trick. It's
You
not
guys
going to
can
save
keep
our
talking.
lives.
As you say, the unseen servant begins to tidy up Throg.
We don't
as
need
he
a cleanup.
lumbers up out of the brush.
We can't leave any trace.
You
because
see,
it might affect
he
the local
makes
wildlife, and
note
that would
of
be
the
not good.
invisible movement, and his eyes go wide.
It's
I'll
quite
pick
all right.
up my flower stars. I put
Throg,
it back
it's
on.
a simple little magical trick.
David, sing your song.
Who are you?
Good question.
They've met before.
I know.
David Preston.
No, I
nice
just
to-
wanted to make sure. That was
yeah,
me
yeah,
asking.
David Preston, Charmed.
Oh,
We've
Lord.
spoken before, have we not?
Is this a game?
Good and you know it.
How would you like it
No
if,
game.
if you walked up and all I said was, "Where's Duke? Where's Duke? I want to see Duke. I hate Daisy." How would you feel?
Can fight. Both of us can fight. You can fight. I can fight. No.
He stole a magical thing from that giant monster.
Magical.
He also didn't. You guys do something at the school together?
Oh my gosh. What is. You know he is of no use out in this forest.
He's hearing all of
Yeah,
this.
you were a lot of use
you're
last
standing
night
right
sitting
there,
around
yes.
here.
You're right. You know why? Because I knew you could handle it. She can't be going after orcs. Somebody to stay back with her.
Well, we're in the wrong place then.
Well, you know what?
that you and her
I was
haven't
tired.
Just
and I
try to
wanted
be a
some
little
junkies.
polite. Just a little polite. Just a
No.
little nice.
We need Click.
It's Daisy.
Oh, I wish.
Okay, just
I wish.
doing my
Why did he do the blood thing with me?
So he
David, sing.
blood
He is
thing?
Kirk.
Oh, okay.
And he is
Hold
David.
on.
this.
David, yes.
Yes.
He is both.
We're a lot.
Throg.
Different.
We're a lot.
times.
Oh, wow, this is a lot to deal with. You all seem to know a lot of things that I didn't think you knew quite well enough.
There
I'm going to go over into.
That was a conversation that was kind of overheard.
I'm going to
by
go sit on a rock
Essentially
and start to
everyone.
meditate.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Just
eating
Daisy
And
just suddenly, as she
I-
walks away, goes cross-legged, crisscross applesauce on a rock.
I'm going to start humming. Can you please help me?
No, Jenny, I won't help you.
No.
Click. Go.
That's not the song.
Wrong
Oh, wait,
song.
so yeah.
I thought that was
Okay.
it.
No,
No,
that's
it's
wrong.
not. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up.
I know the
It was
words.
Belby's fault.
Belby's ball.
I don't know the tune, and I'm tone deaf.
Upright men are bleeders and gluttons, pockets filled with bits and buttons. Oh, nip, oh, knob, oh, fip, oh, fob, up to Belby's ball.
Sings it rude.
She does.
Mad Tom shouts, calling for little. I need my glasses.
At least they have both arms on them.
Natty lads picking up all the plates.
Oh, nip,
Nippo, knob, oh, fip, oh, fob, a dance at Belby's ball.
You're a distance away, right?
I'm trying, but I want you to hear it.
I mean, she don't hear. So you're about
Journeyman in
20,
the
25
picture
feet
frame,
away.
Captain Sharp playing the game. Oh, nippo, knob, oh, fip, oh, fob, forever at Belby's ball.
Is she quite all right?
No.
Upright men don't need nothing touching pockets filled with
Is she
bits
going
and
to
buttons.
attract snakes
There's
to our location?
there's a desperation in Daisy's voice.
I grab his hand and I hold him. and I'm
Belby's ball!
like, you sweet boy.
All right, for all of you new viewers who have no idea what's happening, we have a character here with dissociative disorder, has two separate individuals in one
Personalities,
body,
yes.
and there is a song which typically calls forth the more militant and combative of the two.
Key phrase,
which-
typically.
which is the favorite of Daisy Bell. She does not like seeing the admirable yet somewhat foppish David here in the
Kind to
midst
her,
of
has
the
helped her a
forest.
number of
Number of times.
In the forest!
You have never seen him in the forest.
You've never been in the forest.
That's
But I know
Not true.
I have
Not
a
in this
special
one.
set of skills.
Mila will go over to
not-
Throg.
Well, actually, so funny you say that. As you're saying that, Mila, as you go over to Throg, you see Throg grunts and he just starts marching down the path. He is.
Watch
You
your
could
feet.
see like he is utterly befuddled, frustrated. This makes no sense to him.
David, sing with
and
me.
he is going to kill orcs, and he just starts stomping down the path.
She's gonna start
Hey,
going.
David, you remember the rules.
I'm going with
David.
him. I'm going with him.
Yeah.
David, you
I've
know
got
you
this,
can't kill
baby.
orcs.
Roll diplomacy.
I don't know that I can't kill orcs.
You know you can't.
Daisy, I've never been in the Twilight Wood, and I'm actually quite interested to see it.
Sing the song.
14.
You know what then?
14.
Kill your own orc.
As Throg
I
is
don't
crunching,
care.
your voice alone, he turns. You see a baleful glare.
I know.
Belby's
He
ball.
shakes his jowls, grunts, and just
Oh,
keeps
I know.
walking.
Everyone hurry up.
Okay, I'm running after Throg. I completely understand how confusing and preposterous all of this is. You are being introduced to it for the first time. Your reaction is
We've all got a lot of things going on. I yell at the
There
other
isn't a way
side.
I can
I am
explain
whistling
this
the song as we go.
that will make sense. It simply just is. There is Click and there is David, and sometimes he is Click and sometimes he is David, and you can typically tell the two
He
apart.
stops. There is something that's been triggered in all of this. When he rounds on you, there's a ferocity in his eyes.
And if he dies, which one do I kill when I rip his head off?
Well, if one dies, both die. They share the same body.
Then it's one.
That's yeah.
He turns and he stalks off.
Yes. Okay, that didn't work. Okay.
I don't know, but I think I hold on to your
Sorry,
shoulder.
that's Throg. That's not me.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
you.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs all the stuff that we maybe want.
I want to help him understand, but I don't know if
I don't know if he wants to. I think he's good.
It's not the lyrics, and it's not the right tune.
Up to Bailey's ball.
Daisy,
I can explain it to
if you keep singing, you're gonna attract more people.
Maybe snakes too.
Oh,
Maybe-
he's afraid of snakes. Oh, he's gonna be great. Thanks for that, David.
Do you need to go meditate?
Are you gonna try to scare him?
She was on the rock
purposefully with
meditating, but there was no
snakes?
meditation.
Yeah,
Like she came right off the rock.
I am genuinely trying to figure out
I'm
what's going on
sweating.
here.
I will catch you. I just catch him up on everything, not relating to
Just download
what
real quick.
happened upon. I'll
Understood.
talk about the knolls. I'll talk about us going to the woods and following the trail. And I'm guessing you guys shared the information.
You explained
about
the
orcs.
tattoo,
Yes.
the Grave Lord, the
Yeah.
all that.
Yes, we would have told them
Understood.
about
Okay.
Thoden heading down or
Throg is still stomping ahead. So
was-
are you talking while you're following, or are
Yes.
you letting him go?
Yeah, yeah.
I was not wrong about
Okay.
that being a lot. Sorry, that
not
happened
letting
in
him
a
out of my eyesight.
Okay.
Single night?
Yes. Yep. It's been a long day. We rested. It's nice. Huh.
I think that's
Okay.
actually not true. It's been a full day since you last saw David.
Oh, you said one night.
I said a single night.
Ah. Night day cycle.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Thomas.
Normally I'm the one that wakes up. That didn't happen yesterday, did it?
There,
No, it
as I said, there
didn't.
was a conversation, and so I don't know if that. We can talk about that later, though.
As Throg stomps
We're
along,
going. We're going.
Dahlia, no, it's fine. I'm not this night. So Dahlia, you're close enough.
Yeah.
You see his head cocks over for a moment at the side, and he slaps something from the trees or the ferns by the trees, and keeps walking.
What did he slap off the tree?
Well, you're gonna walk up to where he was
Yeah.
and look. Okay, all right. What's everyone else doing?
It's okay.
Oh God! Oh no! What did he slap off the tree?
Oh, nipple,
I'm just explaining everything.
And Daisy's having a mental breakdown.
Captain Sharp playing the game.
Daisy, I don't think it's working.
Forever at Bailey's ball. Please come back, Click.
I don't think it's. Daisy,
You
deep
see,
breaths.
Daisy Bell. You see David.
David curls the tips of his ears down
Yeah.
to cover his ears. He's tired of hearing the song over and over again.
Is there an emotional look to his face? Like, does he feel
He's
as
concerned
Click?
for Daisy more than anything.
No sense of what Click felt from the rejection. David does not react that same way.
Oh, I mean, he's confused genuinely about where this real concern for getting Click to come out comes from. He probably doesn't feel the most comfortable being in the Twilight Wood and probably mildly agrees with Daisy in the moment.
Right.
But I don't think he feels immediately hurt by this too much. It'll settle in a bit, I bet, when he starts to
Yeah.
feel through the things. But
Tangled out a bit.
yeah, I mean, he's just woken up, and Daisy's instantly realized that you're not here, and then is basically just gone into a fit of singing one song over and over again. He's concerned for her, and like was stated earlier, thought they had a cool thing going for a hot second there, but apparently is not really the
Not
case.
in the Twilight Woods.
Deep breaths.
Right, we're doing our first giveaway for the
in the first song
hardcover
that he
book
comes out, and if he's not
of
coming
the
out
Player's
in the first
Handbook
song, I
in
don't
just a
know who's
moment,
going
and
to
we're going to
come out.
save the $50
However,
gift card for the
we
grand
recommend
prize.
that when
Just hang on,
whenever
hashtag
the joke
BlueBoxRPG in the chat.
occurs,
What did Throg knock out of the
he's
tree?
one to come out.
Yeah,
I'm so
as you,
scared.
yeah, I'm getting
We
there
sing
soon.
it then?
We could try, but I think for now, I don't know if that's going to do anything but attract people to us.
If only Click would have done the blood thing with me. Why
The blood
did he
thing?
How quiet was that?
That was not.
She's not quiet.
What blood thing?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I don't think that was nothing.
Nothing at all.
As they're talking,
Is anyone going to do a sense
you-
motive check?
I don't have to. I know it.
No, you're talking. Don't stop.
Yeah, I'm-
Pause that. You get up to where Throg was. I won't make you roll for this. You see two things. One, you see there's a clear drag mark in the soil. And then secondly, you see there is to the right where he flitted this off another heart blossom, but next to it you see there is a post sunk in the ground with the body of a pixie nailed to it.
Oh.
I can see where the horse was so ready to join.
Throg has continued to follow the trail of blood.
Oh. How, just looking over the corpse, how fresh does it seem?
It's
how?
not fresh.
Okay.
It's probably weeks old, desiccated.
Yeah.
Wings are wilted, but
Yeah.
clearly a pixie. There are orcish words beneath.
Well, that complicates things. I'm not too far behind you.
I think kind of before they all walk up, Dahlia will take just a bit of loose dirt from the ground and kind of sprinkle it over the body and just sort of do like basically something that she'd probably seen the Dryads do numerous times for various fallen fae creatures, which is just kind of a beckoning of, you know, from this you came, you're now returning, you know, best luck on your journey, and whatever you may come back as next, may it be as wonderful as the last form. As she, I think, would kind of like rip the stake out and like let it rest. Yeah, and would just kind of like look back at you all, sort
So
of
they're
pleadingly.
going to walk up in the middle of that. So
Yeah.
I wanted you to finish.
Yeah.
So as you're all talking,
You'd
you-
see her very like large form, sort of hunched.
Not a usual
Very-
stance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very caring
So you could
over this
just
little form.
Throg has
to go?
continued to walk. Like he batted the heart blossom away, ignored,
Yeah.
and he is following the trail of blood.
It wouldn't be hard to catch up to him.
I see.
Yeah, he's just.
Do I
he's
see
not
that
far.
post?
Keep your
Well,
somebody
so
keep
no.
your
When
eyes
you
on him, please.
when you come walking up,
you.
Yeah.
first of all, I want you guys to continue your conversation. This
sure.
would be like, call it like, let's give it 30 seconds.
Great.
Yeah.
You guys time it, and that 30 seconds, you're going to come upon Dahlia where she is leaning over this post.
Blood thing? Blood thing. My blood, your blood? What are
Not
we talking about?
yours.
Good, I guess. What do you mean?
No, nothing.
This doesn't seem like nothing. Typically, blood is
It's
involved.
between me and Click.
Daisy.
David. David.
It's fine. If you don't like me, I get it.
I like you, okay, David. I just don't like your presence in the Twilight Woods. That's all we need. You have a very helpful friend.
I've read far more books about the Twilight than Click has.
I look at the post. Do you know what that says? Does he notice?
Well, so you arrived. The post was laid atop. Are you okay on time, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the
You said
post-
30 seconds. I was just
Oh,
looking at my
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I think it's about. So you arrive. You see Dahlia. She's leaning over. She's patting the soil. You can barely make out Throg's form. Maybe 50, 60 feet ahead. Just a steady stomp. He's not running.
Yeah.
It's a purposeful stride. And Dahlia's leaning over. You do see a post atop.
And Daisy asked, "Can you read that?" And I say, "Can I read simple Orcish?" Yes.
Mila's keeping up with Rob.
What does it
or
say?
Following after to keep
It
eyes.
says danger.
Danger.
Oh, up ahead.
Of course.
Well,
Are you prepared?
No. So
It's a signpost.
to be clear, as you look, the post was set. There's a small trail, but it's beaten over a bit. Like it's an old trail. Where this pixie was nailed, there's an older trail that goes off, not trodden in some time. And that post was marking that trail right where Dahlia is burying something. You can't see
Yeah.
what she's got now. It's covered by dirt.
Dahlia, are you quite all right?
Yeah.
Good.
There's a
Pixie that was nailed there. And I kind of looked down to, like, the sort of makeshift grave.
I don't mean this the wrong way, and based on what you're doing, it seems like it. Never mind. Obviously not a good thing.
Well,
Well, obviously.
sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. It depends.
What?
You say you know so much and would prefer Click to be here. I've read many stories, and know more than you have ever given me credit for.
And also, let me make this clear. Both of you are as equally inexperienced in the Twilight Woods.
Understood. I am
no,
not
I
claiming
don't-
Some
I'm
of us
not
are braver and more skilled than others.
You're right. It was a
We've seen.
It was a
David.
coward and a fool that walked up to that thing in the sewers, and it was a coward and a fool that walked into that school with you for no good reason.
It's a school, not the Twilight Woods.
No, it's fine. I understand.
Sorry, David, but that is. I'm sorry. We need Click. You know we do.
I do not believe you are sorry.
I think we have things that are maybe more pressing about figuring out
Agreed.
who we can have at what
You're going to deal with me here and now.
Well, why did David show up in the middle?
I don't know.
Where did Click go? Well,
By the
figure
way,
it out.
it seems like you all seem to know some things that I thought no one knew but Mila. So why don't we clear the air really quickly? I am Click and David at the same time. That doesn't seem to be news at all.
Well, you're not them at the same time. They come at separate times and really bad timing.
You're totally correct in that, and I wasn't aware of it for years.
Click isn't the quietest person when it comes to having nuanced conversations,
Finley says,
Understood.
if that
Mila,
helps.
this is dangerous for us. What are they doing?
I'm trailing after Throg.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not here for this
Would I have
conversation.
thought, too, that that path
Yes.
was the heart blossom there to indicate me to
the heart blossom,
head down that way?
The heart blossom was just past that post. It was sort of over where it must have been sitting atop it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm sometimes too obtuse,
Yeah.
let me make this very clear. You have two options that you can seek. Again, you could do whatever. You can march back and go to the main road. You can climb the trees and rest for the night. But what's obvious to you is that the orcs rested here. That's why there is fresh blood. They must have rested
Yeah.
for a time. The drag marks are perhaps an hour or two old at this point. The heart blossom was cast off into the soil just beyond this post, where you can see there is a dim path, as I said, not traveled in some time. The choice is yours. Do what you wish.
I think Dahlia would kind of like shout forward and go, I think we could maybe find aid this way.
How far
Maybe.
away are Throg and I at this point? Because
Surely
I'm yelling ahead
yeah,
of
okay,
him.
so you're yelling at Throg?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, so
saying-
you're about now at this point 70 feet ahead.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
he hears your voice.
I'm saying, wait. Please, Throg, wait.
He does actually give you a glance over the shoulder and just holds up a thick hand, clenches a fist with the gleaming gauntlet. It's not gleaming too much in the twilight, but there's little
blood.
one
One
little
beam of
ray of light,
sunlight, yeah.
exactly. And he crunches it back down and keeps walking.
Throg, I understand. I don't know why you want to kill orcs as much as you do, and I understand that you don't potentially respect me as much as you respect Dahlia, because Dahlia is very big and strong, and people that aren't very big and strong they have other strengths, right? I know that I'm not very strong, but I do have a good head on me, and if we charge in there, they said that there are so many orcs, and I'm not trying to doubt your abilities in killing them. You are very strong and very able. But if we go in there without a plan, without an understanding of how many there are and where they are, we will die.
Roll diplomacy.
Would you like to
got
do
it.
some
You got
plans?
inspirations,
No,
too.
you don't even have to do it with advantage. You'll roll with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, that was well played.
Inspiration. Very clever.
With advantage.
Roll this one.
Okay, I'm gonna roll in here if that's okay.
All right.
No.
You don't roll it in the tray.
17.
Does that count?
Yeah, it is flat.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
29.
So yeah.
Ooh.
He pauses when you sort of lay out this Throg again, for all of his brute, he's not stupid. And you say these words to him. You even mentioned Dahlia. You talk about the numbers. He pulls up his chest just heaving. He drops his head.
I don't deign to understand your reasonings, and you don't have to explain them, especially if you don't want to. But
I know. I was like, just so you, all these like therapy terms.
Yeah.
Like, he is like oblivious, like reasonings
Perfect.
and processing, and like
Love
he's
it.
just like he's like.
but you want to live. I want you to live. I want all of us to live.
When you say you want to live, his head cocks, like he's contemplating.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything. He just turns and he stomps back toward you.
I think
You look like you want to say something. Why don't you?
When his eyes come up toward yours, the first time you've ever seen this, there is a welling of moisture at the bottom of his eyelids, but he clenches his jaw. Again, you hear that grinding of the tusks, and he stomps right past you toward the party.
There's a hand that like reaches out when she realizes that, but he brushes past and she just okay. And just follows behind.
As you're talking, you see Throg come kind of stomping back. He's got his head down. You can't see his visage, but he's very tense. And you see Mila walking behind. Finley is just kind of running nervously back and forth across her shoulders.
If I can, I would. No, you know what? I'm not.
No,
I'm
go
not.
ahead.
No. She would like try to go for a handkerchief and then realize that everyone else is around, and knowing how Throg has been acting towards having these emotions, she's not about to do that.
Yeah,
So
okay,
she-
all right, yeah,
I
wise.
was gonna try to
That's
like
wise.
sleight of hand it, but she's not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
try.
Throg would not.
What is your sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Plus 0?
Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah, giving Throg a handkerchief at that moment would not be the
Yeah.
answer.
Yep, exactly.
All right,
That's
thank
why
you, Pat.
I'm
I'll pull
not
it
doing
up.
Actually,
All right,
with
so
my armor,
as-
it's a -3.
All right, -3.
With my
All right,
armor.
Yeah, makes sense. So as Throg and Mila arrive, you guys are contemplating. Don't look. I'll pull it up on the screen. Don't look yet. Don't wait.
Dahlia kind of starts to like rise up from where she was standing and start to head towards this path.
Are we just going to move past my greatest life's revelation as if it is nothing? You all seem to know things that I don't, as if you should have known it anyways. You all know that I was Click?
Yes, we grew up with Click.
Yes, so you two share the same body. You know this.
Yes. Sorry, it's just there's a lot to understand what
Yes.
to even...
It is a lot.
It was not very fun waking up to that this morning. Sorry, Daisy. I wasn't very excited to wake up in the Twilight Woods either. But I am here and now, so I will be respected. I am capable, and I have proven that.
I hope that. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot of things most of the time. And I didn't want you to feel any more different than you might already feel.
I appreciate that.
So I think maybe my treating something of normal felt dismissive.
I'm just getting
sorry.
anger out. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There are some other things I would like to go over, but I would like to first talk with Mila about how things went the other night. Just know that there are probably some more secrets from me that you will hear in the near future.
Oh, goody.
I'm gonna sense motive on that.
At least somebody wants
It's
to
a
share.
DC 2.
Cool. Do I get the sense that you might already know all those secrets in what you just said? Like the way you responded. I rolled a 19 on my dice plus my sense
Yeah, I
motive.
know.
I do know secrets,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you've been listening. You know.
David just sighs. Good. Everyone's just drying my laundry out.
Out in the wind.
I get it. I don't have control over my
It's
body.
just blowing, David. It's just blowing.
Well, apparently.
Throg
Okay.
walks over. He looms over David, but not threateningly.
There's a mushroom.
David
we
looks down.
eat among orcs. It can fix you.
Oh. Try it.
Can fix me. In what way?
When our kind
Tell us
Go.
more.
us,
You know that to be crazy.
this mushroom fixes them.
Now, to be fair, this would feel likely completely diminishing. Like, he has no clue what you're suffering from.
Oh yeah.
But he's processing this in his own way.
Oh no, yeah.
So,
I
but
get it.
he's feeling something in you, and he's trying to reach out in his own, crude.
That is not
brutal
lost
way.
on me.
And he just sort of steps back. He looks over at Dahlia.
We go that way or that way.
Yes.
This way for a little bit. We'll see if we can find some friends who might be willing to help. Or if not friends, at least allies.
He points down at where the body of the pixie is.
Those friends cannot help. Too small.
Though they are small, they are mighty.
But we
I think Dahlia kind of like looks over to Mila and is like,
Once again, different strengths.
also, if they called them dangerous, then I have met a couple who have made me scared. So
That
He kind of points at the stump.
doesn't mean it, she, was dangerous. It means down that path is danger. For orc.
well, danger for orc might be helpful for us. I have some friends, some family in these parts, and I'll kind of like
Bigger.
gesture to the flower and say, yeah, a little bigger.
A little bigger.
More like you and me. Well, maybe not as tall. Definitely not as tall as you.
You see there's disagreement in his eyes, but he capitulates. Although that's not what Throg would think. He just kind of like shrugs heavy heavy delts and traps and settles in, just ready to follow Dahlia.
I think I look to him and I go, thank you for understanding. And smiles and just nods and walks ahead.
He gives you a kind of a quick sidelong glance, not the bombastic side eye, just a sidelong glance,
Just a,
and he follows behind. So,
Thank you
the
for-
rest of you, go ahead.
David, look.
Am I in the
Listen.
middle of this?
Listen.
Yeah, probably.
Wanna be? It's up to you.
I like you as a businessman.
Okay, real quick,
Do
I'm
'em.
going to interrupt to do the giveaway of the Player's Handbook. If
Oh,
you've not yet,
gosh.
hashtag Blue Box
Like one of those
RPG.
party
yeah,
things.
yeah. Hashtag Blue Box RPG. We're
the
giving
rattle.
away this hardbound
glasses only
book,
have one arm on.
original.
Yes.
This is not a reprint. This is the Castles and Crusades Player's Handbook. It is color inside, got full color artwork. This
You
is
got the
gorgeous.
rattle
This is our
thing.
sponsor, TLG. You're going to love this. If you don't have it, you need it, you want it, you know you want it. 10 seconds.
You must
9,
have it.
Oh, wait.
8. Hashtag Blue Box RPG. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The winner of the book is Boba Kill. Let's go. Now, Boba, are you still here? Pop in the chat. Let us know you're still here, Boba.
to win.
You must be present to win. And don't leave because we have the big
Like
giveaway to go
my
yet. We're giving away a
name is
$50 gift card to DLG.
50 whole doll hairs.
You could get 2 of those books in that store if you want. Boba, are you in? Boba, are you in?
Boba.
Someone at him so that he can.
Going one.
Yeah.
Let me check in the. I don't know. Boba
see it
is
in there.
not in. Okay.
No, Baba!
All right, we're gonna do it again then. All right, so here we go.
Should have been on.
The winner of the Player's Handbook is. Give him like 10 more seconds, just in case. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Stream delay.
3,
Stream delay.
2,
Stream delay.
1. All right, here we go. The winner of the book is
Garrett!
Doppler Effect.
Wow.
Garrett, are you in the chat?
Garrett,
Yes,
you're
haha,
right.
you are there.
Wow.
Okay,
me.
Oh,
now
it's a
don't
huge
worry. If you just typed hashtag BlueBoxRPG, you are still in the grand prize giveaway for the $50 gift card. It will be in just a few
It's
minutes.
essentially yours.
So just stay with us. If you're not entered yet, hit that hashtag in the chat and you will be entered in. Continue.
It's just that I think when I woke up and saw you, I kind of realized I think Click might be just a better friend than you to me. And I grew up with Click. I really don't feel like I know you like I know Click. And I realized, you know, I would rather have Click out here.
Yes, I guess I didn't know you either.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Don't boo-hoo me. We are out here in the Twilight Woods. I'm just saying, I think you're okay, and I think you're really smart, and you do really good businessy things. But I grew up with Click. Well, kind of for a few days.
No,
but
yes. Well,
that's who I
exactly.
know.
Well understood.
I know Click.
Yes, your friend.
Is Click in there? Come out, Click.
I don't think now is the time, Daisy.
Throg. Is Dahlia walking down the path or waiting for this? Because
Dahlia's walking down the path.
All right. Throg is
Well-
following.
And I think her ears are burning at this conversation and like is trying to stay focused and trying to like just be on the lookout for any sort of shenanigan, but is like just a rage and like just fist clenching and unclenching, but like keeping her.
Daisy,
I will protect you nonetheless.
thanks.
Do you not realize how hard David has been trying to be your friend?
You know what? I do not have time for this right now.
Right.
You brought it up.
No, exactly. So then we will make time here and now.
Oh, goody.
David stops.
Yeah, he
Don't
does.
We're just gonna look. I told you how I feel.
Yes, you do not like me.
I did. Did I say that? You put words in my mouth. I said I like you. I like Click better. I think that's what I said. Is it not?
Daisy, I want you to attempt to put
no.
yourself in my shoes.
Oh, okay.
I want you to, for a moment.
As he stops, Throg is wanting to continue, but he's following Dahlia's lead.
You know we're
Is
on
Dahlia
a mission.
walking with him,
Daisy,
or is she
how about
making him
this?
stop?
I dare you to empathize with
I think
someone
I've
for
slowed,
once
but I'm still
in your
following.
life.
Okay.
What is empathize?
Perhaps you need a lesson this
What
time.
is empathize?
Other people go through different troubles that you don't see or understand. And yet I bet you could try, for once in your life, to attempt to understand them.
If I had time.
If
Do you want me
made
to make time?
I am making time.
You are not. You are standing there, not attempting, giving no effort, expecting me to do all of the hard work. You come to me, acting as if I am the one who has done wrong. I woke up!
Well, I tried to bring him back.
Well, I'm sorry that failed for you.
Okay, well, let's just go. You know this is confusing to all of us, too.
I tried to be your friend.
Okay.
I thought we had a good thing going.
Well,
And yet, for some reason,
I spazzed out because we're in the Twilight Woods. Huh?
Reacted poorly. Let's go ahead.
Huh?
Never mind. Just move on.
I'll do my best. If I'm not a good fighter, then perhaps you can sing again.
Well,
Through your mind, you do recall what he just said a moment ago. David standing with you inside the Great Academy. helping you get what you were looking for. You see the same face that you saw upon click. I'm not telling you how to roleplay this. This is what goes through Daisy's mind. Like, as confusing as this is, there is some union here. And while not the fighter, you have seen direct benefit from David. And you do see he looks crestfallen.
I would say far worse than crestfallen.
I'm just gonna link arms with David and start going.
Walk off.
Dahlia will kind of like look back and you see like a wild ferocity, like just at everything. And then kind of like, okay. And then like looks forward of like, you know, things were going so well last night. I thought we were kidding. Like just in Sylvan, you hear like just a furious whisper of like, I think you would start to kind of
It's
pick
the
up
funniest
on
thing.
it.
David's ears pick up some of those words in the weirdest of ways.
Of just like her frenetically apologizing to the woods at large of like, I'm sorry for the way that they're talking to each other. I don't know why they're acting this way. Like, I wish they could just pull it together. I wish we could all get along. It's fine. It's stupid. It's fine. I just want us all to be friends. She like,
as you're saying this and you're walking down this path, you're feeling less and less of the ominous part of the Twilight. You're noticing there are more flowers, even here in winter.
oh, can I look out for the...
I've been doing some passive checks
great.
on those periodically.
Yeah.
She offers.
Look at these two. Is this a weird split on the camera?
It is a weird split on the camera, yes.
Like,
Well, no, it probably
You know,
was.
there are flowers
very
that are
funny.
popping up here, and you sense there's a more gentle touch of the leaves.
Yeah.
As you walk on, Throg at the head, but he's you know, looking behind him periodically, clearly frustrated. He does not want to be going this direction. But then you see bits of stone, ancient stone, blocks in the ground, half remaining pillars. It's some sort of ruins here inside the Twilight Woods. Old. Even looking at you can tell, perhaps even older than the Winter Dark itself.
wow. Would it be anything that I had ever heard of in my travels?
Not enough detail yet.
Sure.
You're just seeing these broken bits of stone.
If there's any like flowers that I could, you know, that look as though they're blooming and I can like pluck off a bit, I'd like to take some for fauna. Not in a way of like, foragers rules apply here of like, if there's
Right.
only one, I'm not going to take it. But if there's like a couple in a small cluster, I'll take a little bit, then
Sure.
get for
Okay, so you pull up,
sharing and
you see some various, you know, kinds of beautiful blooms and flowers, and you pull some herbs from the ground. There are things that grow here
Yeah.
which would not be common in other areas. You can take time later.
I'm just walking.
Yeah, just like-
sorry. I'm like trying to like hold all these feelings together, and you know, trying to like keep to the path while like diverting off a little bit.
You said there was stone?
Yeah. So they're ahead of you, but you guys, a few moments later, you pass. You see ancient stone blocks that were stacked. In some places, they're scattered and on their own. In other places, they're still 3 or 4 stones high. These were like pillars. Then as you move, you could see there was an archway at one time that's broken off stones on the ground.
I think Mila's eyes kind of light up at seeing such old architecture of a sort, and just kind of like is just scanning up and down as they pass, because she doesn't want to stop and cause more time to be lost, but she is looking.
Before the archway, I stop.
Yes. Okay.
Like kind of like jolt to a hold, even if it's not completed. I think in Sylvan, a couple of us are entering the space.
When you say that, Throg, he's walking underneath the archway, kind of oblivious.
Oh, I would have stopped him if he's starting to walk underneath, because I'm ahead of him.
Okay.
So I would have stopped before the archway, and if he bumps into me,
Okay.
I'd get
All right. So
this one
he
quick
stops
moment.
then. You see a pair of eyes.
Oh.
And another pair of eyes. And another pair of eyes.
Oh no.
And another pair of eyes.
Oh no, that's too many.
Another pair of eyes. All surrounding the forest in the dense foliage. Now that you look ahead, you see there is a small clearing. through the archway, you can just barely make out, perhaps 100 feet ahead. It looks like there's a shrine or an ancient temple. An obelisk sits in front of it. But around the forest, you see forms, some of which look like they're about 3 feet off the ground, some of which look like they're about 5 feet off the ground, some look like a foot off the ground, but the eyes are all focused on you, and there's a stillness in the glade.
I can see you.
Are you speaking in Sylvan?
Yeah.
Okay. Dahlia?
There are friends ahead, and I'm not sure.
Friends?
Friends.
Are they friends? Or
Behind my back,
Mommy
I put up.
friends.
You would see me put 2 quotes, like just.
oh,
You,
Have we met before?
as you speak this, you recognize, you've seen these are forest creatures, these are common forest creatures, perhaps some owls, some bears, some wolves, some badgers, but they are imbued with the spirit of the Fae, and they are clearly guardians. You don't even need to roll for this. With your 7 years among the Fae, you've seen such wardens. You hear a faint sniffing. You know you are being weighed in the balance.
Yeah. I think you would see Dahlia kneel and sort of open herself up to that.
David instantly does it, follows Dahlia, does the same thing.
I'll even take out the bit of bread, sweet bread,
Okay.
that she had given, and when she bows, just kind of hold it out.
Dahlia can't see what anyone behind her is doing, but
Throg watches this. You do the same? You're just
I
fine.
watch them and I'm like,
won't you?
Throg. He stands defiantly. He looks out into the forest and he just thrusts out his chest, pulls his shoulders back and stares.
they're gonna munch him.
Maybe not. We don't have
After a
this
few
one.
moments,
They like a little defiance.
you see a dark shape come loping. It's a wolf, but not a wolf. It's of shadow. It has no fur, but it's in the form of wolf. 2 glowing amber eyes, and it lopes straight toward Throg.
He is a friend.
He's gonna nip
He
him
may-
to death.
Look as though he is other. He is of us.
The wolf kind of cocks an ear, but moves straight toward Throg.
You say lopes, like gallops,
no,
running
like
very
lopes.
fast.
Like if you say like a wolf, it's like a it's like a. It's not a.
Going fast.
It's got a good clip.
Yeah, it's a good clip. It's not a walk. It's not a
Yeah.
run. It's a
Not a gallop, but
yeah,
canter.
exactly. Yeah,
more so.
yeah. Canter would be the same, like a wolf loping. It's just moving at a good
Is this
pace.
okay?
Dahlia?
How do you eat an orc? One bite at a time.
It's a bad joke, Dahlia. It's coming.
I know.
Is it okay?
Seems like it.
Okay. I'm still offering the
You
bread.
could absolutely make
The
a sense motive check.
wolf, as Throg sees
Actually,
the wolf
yes, I would
coming
love
toward
to.
him,
Not sure.
he just looks down, and you see that he had that sneer before. He keeps it up, lifting it high above that upper
27.
tusk. You see the wolf comes up in front of him, and the shadowed form reveals bared white teeth
neat.
and growls back at him. Okay,
I think. Oh,
I'm gonna roll 2 opposing dice.
can I
also
give
sense
Throg inspiration?
Yes, you can.
I would
Guide
love-
him. Can
Yeah,
I guidance?
would love to give him my
All
inspiration.
right, so that give. So you're gonna give
Guidance is a
Throg
+1.
Yeah, +1, and we'll do a D4 on your inspiration. Okay, so Throg's got the blue die. Inspiration made the difference.
Yes.
As Throg growls, you see the wolf, the shadow wolf, sniffs him, drops down on its haunches, drops its head. Then it turns and lopes back into the forest. You see the eyes recede, revealing before you. Go ahead.
David says, warm like the summer. Friends? In Sylvan. To you.
Friends. At least tolerated.
My heart was ready to leap from my chest.
Mine still is. You can feel she's shaking.
I think Dahlia kind of like turns back over her shoulder. You would see sweat on the brow, but a massive grin on her face. And she would go, "That's a normal day." And would like duck into the archway, kind of like almost offering sort of like a bow of like, "Thank you for allowing us to share this space." And she'd kind of like elbow Throg and she'd go, "Nice."
Aww.
What are you doing?
I'm kind of kicking dust.
Oh my gosh. Aw, shucks. Kicking a tin can down the road. Just, oh.
As you walk through the archway, you see amidst the foliage, overgrown with vines, trees growing up, bursting from between ancient stones, there's a shrine. A shrine older than any of you can imagine. It takes no role. As I mentioned before, this is not 100 years old. This is not 1,000 years old. This predates the Winter Dark.
It's very, very old.
You see a worn stone marker that sits in front. There's a name on it. The name is Laura Fane. Dahlia, you're going to make a knowledge local check. This is a low one for you. You should have heard this
spell
name.
it?
Lorafeyn. Laura Fane.
That's
Cool name.
This is going to be a lore check, DC 7.
guidance.
Local?
Yes, you may.
Yes. +1.
That's a 12 on the dice, and then +1's a 13.
You recall this.
I have no knowledge local.
I got you.
You
Fix that.
No.
You heard stories from Asari, from Neela. Like they spoke to you. Laura Fane is a legendary druid. She was called the Tree Friend. She lived in the time before the Winter Dark, and she was Fey Friend as well as Tree Friend. Her shrine has been abandoned for centuries. The orcs have made this territory that no one ventures into, but this druid died many centuries ago.
Does it look worn down at all?
Worn.
Yes, it is worn.
Oh, the shrine itself.
Yeah. Oh, you mean
I mean, yes,
yeah,
both.
all of it. All of it looks worn by time. There are a pair of massive oak doors. Those doors are shut. You know that Lorfane was a druid serving Winifred. And so,
Dahlia,
a servant of that goddess.
will you ask if it's okay for me to repair? Magically. No. Yeah. I wouldn't want to add more to it's beautiful.
You didn't bring all your hammer and nails
No,
and everything.
no. In fact, I don't think I ever have really held a hammer in my life.
I did bring some hammer in there.
I thought you might. I thought you might have.
Small ones meant for leather.
Well, maybe it could be helpful. And Dahlia kind of like looks to the doors, to sort of the central pillar here, and would just say, my friend is quite gifted when it comes to sprucing things up. Would you allow her to do that?
There is no audible response, but you feel a chill zephyr go underneath your neck.
I lean into it for a moment. Wait to feel if there's any change in temperature from it.
It's gone in an instant. Just a chill breeze right against the bottom of your neck.
Did it feel comforting or?
It was not threatening, but it was not comforting. You will have to discern from it what you will.
Okay. I think Dahlia kind of like turns and just goes, just because it's old and
and maybe out of use. It's not a bad thing here. And like would kind of like show you, like pull you in close to see the like root system of the moss that had grown in near the text. And you would kind of, she would show, the root system follows into the bevels where you can read the name.
David presses his face in very closely as well.
In between.
The where, it's not bad to her, I don't think. I think she's happy with the way that things have grown in.
Why don't we, as a general rule, just sort of refrain from magically touching anything here for now? Just in case. I mean, I get it, but like, let's just learn some things first.
Oh, I actually agree with you, David.
Great.
Actually.
Dahlia kind of continues to look around and it's beautiful. Would just sort of kneel there for a moment and I think at a loss of what else to do would just...
Laura Fane, I assume the name means something to you?
Friend of Tree, friend of Fae.
Sounds like a friend of us.
I hope so.
We need friends.
Well,
And I think Dahlia kind of kneels there and just goes, I am not sure of what I am, Laura Fane. The best I can make it out at the moment is that I'm somewhere between Tree and Fae. I know that you have served as friend for long for both groups. I hope that I could be a friend to you as well. I know you've seen, probably from a distance, the desolation that's been brought to your lands. We wish that not to happen. Any aid would be more than appreciated. It would be reveled and delighted in. There is the sound of hearth, of autumn crunching leaves to start, and then those last days of autumn that are still warm and delightful at the end as she finishes speaking.
When you say revel and delight amidst this prayer, speaking of desolation, you feel a settled peace. You all see there's a bit of the trees parting, letting more sunlight come through, and there's a nice shaft of warmth that comes down, shines on Dahlia. You see leaves swirl around her. Small squirrels come moving up. You see beetles coming out of the ground, crawling about her feet.
do I see a snake?
You see like 20.
Well, unfortunately, no snakes. But you see various insects. You see birds flit to her shoulders, and then you hear from behind her a deep and grinding sound as the doors of the temple open up.
He didn't. He just perfectly recreated it, which was awesome.
And you see a yawning darkness with a cool air comes wafting out from the inside.
Well, golly, Dolly, what'd you do?
I guess that's an invitation.
I would think so. And I kind of looked to like the couple
Yeah, Mila's
birds that are
jaw's
just
just on the-
hanging out.
That's a blessing. That is a boon. That is.
By the Allfather, you are far more elf than I am.
You watch as Dahlia, I think, has kind of like a wine skin at her side, like next to her water, and she uncaps it and just drinks it, and like takes a little bit and just pours maybe a drop onto the earth in front of her and just says, "Thank you." And stands, still kind of like letting whatever squirrels or weird little beetles want to like
hustle up into bits underneath the armor, and is just like, should we go?
Yes, this seems like a good sign.
I asked for help, and the door was open, so maybe there's help there.
Friends?
Maybe.
In Sylvan.
Friends.
What is that?
I'm getting good at it.
What does that mean?
It means friends.
As
Oh,
you
it's beautiful.
see the ray of sunlight that still shines down upon Dahlia, and the stone doors of the Temple of Lorafane have opened, the beckoning cool darkness from beyond, the ancient stonework wrought in fashion for the Fae and for the Druid in that time before the Winter Dark. Finley pops up and whispers in Mila's ear, I told you I liked her. And with that, we end Tears of Aihrde, session 32.
I want to put
Yes.
the little sweet bread because I don't think the wolf took it next to the drop that she put of the wine.
Okay, so
I had offered it,
you put the
so-
wine, the sweet bread, certainly all of the normal creatures of the forest, the
Demolish it.
guardians wanted.
Yeah.
They swarm gladly.
There's one squirrel who's
There,
just like,
yes. He grabs it, runs off, gives the middle finger to all the other
share.
animals.
Dahlia like points at it. It's like, share.
Squirrels
Okay.
are not known to do that.
I know.
All right, so hashtag Blue Box RPG in the chat. Yes, Dahlia's a Disney princess now. Well said.
This 6'3" monster.
6'3" monster,
woman.
exactly.
Yes, she should be.
That is awesome.
People, you can have both.
You can have it both ways. Yes, you can. All right, so as we get ready for Stream MVP, we're going to raid into Fall of Red Dawn. Don't leave us yet. We have a
What's gonna be
$50
in
gift
here?
card to give away, and
gonna be
we're going to
great.
we're going to end this channel, and then we'll be right back in like 30 seconds. You have another stream, Fall of Red Dawn. What a wonderful story. DM Rory, fantastic.
A little rhyme?
What's that?
A little rhyme there? Wonderful story, DM Rory.
What, you think I just don't come up with that stuff? Like, I just
Spitting
I'm a
hot
poet,
fire.
didn't know it. All right, so
Oh my god.
I know that was
I sure
horrible.
didn't know after
I
playing
ruined
that
it
one
all with
shot
that.
with
That
you.
like
Oh
blew
my
it.
gosh.
All right, so get ready for your stream MVP. Let me kick off our ending
telling you,
music
I like it,
here.
Other than that
Dun,
one.
dun, 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 dun. There we
I
go.
was doing-
All right.
I did this, but it.
Hashtag Blue Box RPG.
Yeah, we
the
all
stream
get
MVP
stream
gets what?
We all get stream MVP because we've been here for 1 year, says Manda.
It doesn't work that way,
Sorry.
Amanda. But
We get double points.
hashtag Blue Box RPG. You can pick the stream MVP, and they get 250 XP.
Hey,
all right, let's
stop.
start with you.
Oh
Click.
goodness, Click and David got some
Yeah.
spotlight today.
Ooh,
Goodness gracious, what a interesting dichotomy we saw between both. Click made up with Mila, and David made made the opposite of good.
Nasty.
Nasty.
One of them has to statistically be having a bad day.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Never can
Never
validly
everybody
happy.
getting along in this group. No.
But David stood up for himself. He didn't let Daisy stomp all over him, and Click got called out and thoroughly realized he did, and let himself actually feel sorry for himself for once, and empathize with another person, which was really fun. And that was really great. What else? Did some fun stuff with throwing my voice. Did some fun stuff with intimidating that orc. Not that he was any more intimidated than he was already going to be, but we learned some stuff from him, which was very useful. The Grave Lord, a lot of orcs at the camp that they might have, a lot of other stuff. So, yeah.
So, like, interesting. Like, there are so many intersection points here that happen. So, had you gone ahead of Throg, which you were concerned he might not let you, you could have perhaps snuck up. You might have learned more from that orc, but you were. I'm not castigating you. I'm just saying I could have. And then, even at the end, when you said you can do it or I can do it.
The one question I was going to ask
Yes.
was which direction are they in, but there's a path leading straight to them, so I decided to ask.
Yeah, and there, yeah. So anyway, but he could have given you more info.
For
but,
sure, like
but,
who are your
but that was
leaders,
well.
what's going
That
on?
was well role played.
Very well done.
Additionally, I mean, there were several branch points here. It's very interesting what you guys chose to do, but well done. And you're going to be rolling
love
for
it.
Vantalord. You
Hey,
got Tom.
Yeah.
let's
all
go
right.
back in the mix.
Let's go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why should Dahlia be stream MVP?
We got some good bits with Dahlia. Got to listen to that whole conversation between these two, by the way. I rolled immediately
Wild.
going
Yeah,
to bed.
She did.
You can't miss me. I'm always listening, unless I'm not.
I'm in
and then
it.
I'm not paying attention.
And while she's talking, I forgot to show this, guys. I promise this.
Oh,
this
it's
is
so
the gorgeous
good.
great.
Pat Draws
putting
Throg
the glasses
Smash.
on
This is
now.
actually one of my favorite pieces he's done.
Beautiful,
This is
beautiful stuff.
glorious. Our
looks so
resident fan
Look at our
art
boy.
extraordinaire specialist, Pat Draws the Throg Smash artwork.
Love
still
the
adore-
eye ring. That's so
I still
great.
adore Jenny's head turning into a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, we
Oh
got
my gosh,
last week's was
that's so
good too.
good.
Yes.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so please continue.
Yeah, you got some good, just little bits with Dahlia, I feel like, all sprinkled throughout, Fae funerals, asking the tree to maybe stop one of them.
Yeah.
If
And it
possible.
worked.
And it worked.
So good.
Truly feels great to be back in the Twilight Woods.
Yes.
Nothing's going to go wrong. What bad could happen? A lot, probably. Got to have some good stuff with her, getting to flex out her relationship with the woods at the very end there. I'm excited to learn. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I don't know as Cameron heading into this.
Yes.
I hope so.
This cave, cavern, dungeon. We don't know. We don't know.
We are in Dahlia's Altamira now. So,
Yeah.
I don't see Captain Redbeard. Casey, are you in?
I
don't
hope
see
so.
you
It's been
in.
so long since I've seen Redbeard.
Yeah, he's been in it a few times lately, but I don't think he's in now. So we're gonna roll again.
Okay.
If he pops
All right,
in,
I'm
we'll
taking
give
my
him to
ears off
somebody
the
else.
shirts.
But Captain Redbeard, Casey, if you're in, let us know.
Not
Pat
Bobby.
draws.
Oh, Captain
Oh wait,
Redbeard
okay,
texted.
Redbeard is in. All right, so you've
Pat
got
will be for
Redbeard.
whoever's next.
Yeah.
You've got so 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Let me see.
Get his mini out.
All right, so you've got Pat draws. So
Ooh,
go ahead
Pat,
and
I
tell us why
got
you should
you.
be stream MVP.
Hey, so it was a great session for Mila. She fell out of a tree into a buff lady's arms, had a good conversation with Click about a lot of what he had previously mentioned on top of a little bit of Mila lore of her life, of how before she was the age of 10, she was taking care of some people that were not able to be taken care of and has regretted a lot of her actions and mistakes that she's made. They made up. It was great. It felt good. Some people listened in. That's cool.
Daisy didn't.
That's true.
I feel like it would have been useful if she did.
I like
it's
that you're
sad.
missing the resolution. You're only hearing the angry parts of conversation.
Had a
Jenny's
really
doing it
good
on
conversation with Throg of the whole. Like, I
gaslight
understand if you don't
yourself.
listen to me because I'm small and like I get it.
That was so
Dahlia's
good.
really big.
And it
Yeah,
worked.
you're the first one to get through to him besides Dahlia. He's really not sure about him. And
You're
he's
telling
really
me
not
when
sure
Click
about her.
told him that it's the little pricks that you don't notice didn't work?
You made him laugh, yes, and he gained a degree of respect for Daisy Bell after the last combat, but he's
yeah.
still very suspect. Well done.
I wonder if he gained any minor amount of respect for Click showing his bared teeth at that orc.
Or stabbing the guy in the thigh.
He did, but he's very confused by this whole Click David
Fair.
thing, and like
So
this is
fair.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else?
Thigh and foot.
Sweetbreads. That's it.
Yes. All right. So you're rolling for Pat Draws. You're rolling for Casey, Captain Redbeard. You're rolling for Tom Bantalord.
Hey.
Why should Daisy Bell be stream MVP?
Well, fiddle-dee-dee. Who should be MVP? Me. Why? Well, I will tell you why. Well, it's just simple.
No.
While they went off trouncing through the woods,
Trouncing.
We were trouncing. We were
you know,
quite loud.
I just did not think that was safe, so
We
I
cheers to
stayed back.
jerky.
And I just ate some jerky with dear Mila. And we just,
bonding.
had a bonding moment eating our jerky. And waited for them to come back. While they came back, I put out my little... I really wanted somebody to step on those stars, but the DM did not do that. But anyway,
Next
I
time.
went up into the trees and slept. I did not eavesdrop, because I
For the
didn't.
for the first time in the entire stream.
Conversation she
Yeah.
should have been listening
Don't
to.
worry, I got
I
it.
didn't hear any upset voices. So
Aren't you
why
so
should
proud
I?
of yourself?
So I slept my little heart out.
And leveled up.
And I leveled up. Which
Huzzah.
was very important. But when I woke up, you see, I went to bed with a friend.
Okay, Jenny.
Wait, that wasn't very
right.
good. I went to bed with Click being my friend.
Okay.
And I woke up to David.
Being your friend.
Being your friend.
No.
Okay,
Who is
so we
your
have to
friend,
hurry
but
this
you're
along
not
because
his.
Well,
we got to.
anyway, that's that. And now I showed my anger, and I want click back, and I tried to sing the song over and over. So I
And
can't
over
be blood
and
brothers, and
over.
I cannot be sing the song to get him back. Well, that's that, folks.
I'm not going to make it easy on you, Jenny.
All right, everybody's here. You've got 491 Phantom. Before we roll, reminder: Fall of Red Dawn right after the stream. So don't
Right
change
here.
that dial.
Don't change that
Same
dial.
bat time, same bat channel. Right after this, Fall of Red Dawn will be on. Then on Tuesday night we have Sea of Dark Sun. It is going to be Amongst the Enemy. We're kicking off the beginning parts of a modified version of the ancient. Classic Richard Baker module, the Merchant House of Amkech, which has been customized for our way. It's not. Don't try to read it and figure out what's going. It won't work. Then on Wednesday night we have a fun stream with Rachel and Kurt. We're talking about tech tools for DMs. Now we've done some stuff like this before, but we're doing a deep dive into things like map. Tools, encounter generators, name generators, class generators, things which can really help you as a DM level up your game. There's a lot of new stuff out there. Some of it's based on the new LLM AI tools. Other things are just custom systems that are out there. It's going to be a great time on Wednesday night. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, if you're a follower and you have not subbed during September,
What?
if you're a sub and your sub has expired,
No way.
Sacre bleu!
So French.
If you're not in our Discord and following all this, there's more text. Vassin now kicking off.
Oh my
New Friday Night
gosh.
Crusades crew kicking off. There is so much happening in our Discord. Blue
good.
Box is the happening place. You got to be in there. We have one question for you today. What are you doing? Give us a follow. Give us a sub. And let's go ahead.
Apparently, people don't
doing
like
rolls?
Daisy being mean to David because I got no
What?
notes.
That's
wonder why.
crazy.
Okay, quickly, let's roll around the horn. Let's go here.
Okay, I got Captain Redbeard.
Casey, you have
17.
a 17.
Vantalord,
Tom has a
14.
Okay, Casey's in the lead.
Petros!
No,
That's a 9. I'm
Casey's
sorry,
still in the
Pat. I'm
lead.
sorry, Pat. I failed you.
You failed no one.
18.
18! 491, let's go! So
See,
close!
And Mila wins MVP.
Congratulations! And Mila gets MVP. Well done. Bravo, crew. All right, we're going to close the stream off.
Well
Stay
earned.
tuned. Fall of Red Dawn right now. Please give them a hello. Say, a welcome to them. They work so hard for this
They do.
campaign.
They're
Rory's
so
a great
great.
DM. There's a great story happening. Last word to any of my players, to our amazing viewers.
Happy 1 year.
Happy 1 year. Thank you for sticking around this long.
1
and for
year.
recording
Hey,
fun.
yeah, stick around for more, folks. It ain't
It's
ending
gonna
here
be
no time
good.
soon.
And I will give you this teaser. So we'll be back next week.
Gosh.
2 weeks from now, we will not have a stream. So we'll be out 2 weeks from now. We're
Unacceptable.
going to be doing some stuff. But there could be, depending on what they do. And again, you guys could have gone in many directions today, but
Oh, yeah.
you've gone to the
no.
shrine.
John,
Depending on what they do in the shrine, there are many. You might start to get a hint of the deeper truths
Yes.
of the campaign. It's a possibility next week. It's a
gotta do
possibility.
it.
I mean, I'm chasing that.
And with that, Blue Box signing out. Stay tuned.